Dallas, and man, what else was she on? She's doing a lot of stuff.
She was in Dallas, and then she was in Dallas.
Oh, shit.
She was actually in that movie where they brought Morgan Fairchild and her and a whole bunch of those 70s TV vixens together. She was the good girl, though, apparently, right? I didn't watch Dallas all that much.
I don't remember much
She was
about it.
JR's put-upon wife.
Yeah.
We watch, and honestly, I have no idea why I was watching Dallas, but I watched Dallas every single weekend. And like I was a child, I was like 8, 9 years old, watching Dallas.
The country was just
Well, there wasn't a whole
completely
lot
transfixed.
There wasn't a whole lot of choice back then. There were very few channels.
And
available.
you've mentioned Running Away Club before, and my vivid memory of
Dallas closed that?
No. My vivid memory of Running Away Club was we were all planning on running away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not running away. And then my two neighbors ran away, and we were watching Dallas, and we had to knock on the door saying, "Do you know where?" And I'm not going to say their names, but do you know where they are? And that was
JR shot them.
I was like, they actually did it? They ran away.
They ran away. Son of a bitch.
So that's your memory. Linda Gray, thank you for that memory. She's 85 today. Rachel Ward is 68. Beautiful woman. The Thornbirds, Against All Odds.
Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Was she in that?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's
She's
great.
the femme fatale.
Joey Pants, Pantaleano.
He's great.
Is 74 today. Everything from The Matrix to The Goonies to Risky Business to The Sopranos to Memento. The Last of Us he recently showed up in an episode of.
Isn't he in the Buddy Holly story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no. He was in oh God, the guy dies in the plane crash. Richie Valens.
That's it. Yes.
La Bamba. La Bamba. Thank you very much. He played his first manager.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
The Fugitive.
Oh my God.
Fugitive is great.
He's
Does
like
the
a good luck
one-armed
charm.
man
Like in almost everything that he's in.
And by the way, for all of his
great.
life, he has suffered from pronounced
Depression.
Yeah.
74. What'd you say, Nick?
He says a one-armed man did it.
Yeah, nice. Steve, I saved this for you. It's 2 Chainz' birthday.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
You know what? I feel bad admitting this. I briefly was a Lil Yachty guy and then went back to 2 Chainz.
Good.
That's where it all started.
That's okay, as long as you come back around.
Yeah.
Singer and songwriter Ben Folds turns 59. Yeah, this is a big hit.
This is a big Nick frat party song.
Brick, which is about taking your girlfriend to get an abortion.
Such a powerful
It's a beautiful song, actually.
So there was a stretch, maybe about a 2-year stretch during Lesson Learned, where I had a different winning song every single day.
Yeah.
And my favorite was when I used this as a winning music.
I love the stuff he did with William Shatner.
It was great. Yeah, there's an album called The Has Been. It's fantastic. I love his stuff. So happy birthday, Ben Folds, 59. Phenomenal singer, Jennifer Hudson. Oh, my God, yes.
This from Sing?
Yeah, she does the Beatles and just kills it, man. I mean, listen to his voice.
I mean, she was given the thumbs up to play.
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha friggin'
I mean, come on,
Franklin.
man.
What more do you need?
Casey really pointed me in the direction of what an amazing vocalist she is.
Is she an EGOT?
All right, so Dreamgirls, did she win for Dreamgirls?
She is, Steve, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony in 2022.
Wow.
I think the Tony came last, yeah.
Yeah, she's an EGOT.
You know what? She has this talk show, which is the talk show's not all that great, but she is so likable that it succeeds by that.
She's 44 today. I got to zip through these last ones
All right, let's do it.
It's almost 10 of 7.
Come on, man.
Louis C.K. is 58. Basketball star Yao Ming is 45. Composer Hans Zimmer is 68 years old today. What are we playing? What is this?
This is from Dark Knight.
From Dark Knight.
Yeah.
All right.
He did a lot of Christopher Nolan stuff.
And he did the Dune movies, which is wild. He comes up with some interesting sounds.
He's great.
He is 68 years old today. And I normally do not mention people who have passed on their birthdays, but man, it would have been Neil Peart's birthday today. So
I think it's appropriate.
He would have been 73 years old today. Getty posted a picture of him. It was just gets me all teary-eyed.
Never be forgotten.
Yep. All right, let's see if we can get an answer to the super question this morning. Who patented the safety razor in 1895? And we will go to Tom. Hi, Tom. You're on the air. Good morning, man.
Good morning, fellers.
All right,
Sorry,
Tom.
I'm losing my voice.
It's all good, buddy. I was choking on my spit earlier. Who patented the safety razor in 1895?
That would be King Camp Gillette.
King Gillette, yes. Yeah. Hang on a second. We're going to give you a pair of tickets to see Eric Clapton and the Wallflowers tomorrow. And that's at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Limited tickets on sale now via Ticketmaster.
And it's razor night.
Get your free razors tonight. All right, so Prince Harry reunited with King Charles at Clarence House for a private tea session this week that lasted close to an hour, where he shared photos and videos of his children. That's what he was doing.
I'd like you to have my pornography collection. It's a rite of passage for every son to eventually inherit his father's dirty magazines.
Charles has only met Archie a few
This
times.
one's called Knocked Up and Royal.
Oh, my God. And saw Lilibet once during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in 2022.
It's got to suck. I mean, I'm glad they're... Whatever the family situation, you don't like to see an estranged situation going on, especially when it comes to grandchildren.
Harry has previously said that he wants to bring his kids to the UK, but
No, that's fine.
but won't
That'd be a bit much.
without proper security.
That would be a bit much.
That's what your dad
That's what
said
my
to
dad said to
You
me
thought
one
you were
time.
going to present this heartwarming holiday visitation schedule.
Dad, what do you think if I bring the whole family to see you guys and we spend Thanksgiving together? What do you think about that? I think it'd be a bit much. Okie dokie.
Good to know.
Really not down with that.
So he reflected, though, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has, and it would be nice to reconcile. Still, Harry appeared happy after the meeting, saying Charles is doing great. While in the UK, he also attended the Invictus Games reception, visited charities, and spoke at the Well Child Awards, with his rep saying that he loved being back.
I wonder, you see stuff like this, and you wondered, it does cause speculation as to what level of health King Charles is currently at, because he's been battling cancer. And when you see these things getting patched up and these family reunions taking place of this nature,
Yeah, you wonder if there might be more serious issues going on. So, well, after 5 years together, the last one as an engaged couple, snowboarding legend Shaun White and actor Nina Dobrev have broken up, or Dobrev, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How to say that name. So a source close to the pair says it was a mutual decision.
I hate you!
And wasn't, and he's, I hate you!
I hate you! It works out!
A source close to the pair says it was a mutual decision. It wasn't an easy one.
Oh, it was easy!
But it was made with love and a deep respect for one another.
I love how much I hate you!
There were hints things were going sideways. White and Dobrev were last photographed together on August 31st, but a week later, she walked the red carpet of the Eternity premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival without her engagement ring on.
So I like him and I like her. She's from the Vampire Diaries. She's done a bunch of other stuff. And I thought they were a very cute couple, so I'm kind of sad to hear this.
She's also unpinned her engagement post. I know. Which has been on the top of her Instagram since White popped the question last October. No official word from either of them as of yet. Congratulations to actors Saoirse Ronan and husband Jack Lowden, who have just welcomed their first child.
Oh, I love Saoirse Ronan.
The two were seen pushing a baby carriage in London in pictures posted by The Sun yesterday. News broke of the pregnancy back in May when Ronan was spotted out with an obvious baby bump. The two actors first met in 2018 when they both starred in Mary Queen of Scots. No official word from the couple yet on the expanding family.
She's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, love that movie.
While fans of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives may be thrilled that Taylor Frankie Paul will be the newest Bachelorette,
I just can't stop smiling over that news.
one person that seems less than enthused is her ex-boyfriend, Dakota Mortensen.
Dakota.
On his Instagram stories, he posted a rather downcast selfie with the caption, "Had so many curveballs today, and every time I was always reminded there is nothing more important than God and family." While he didn't specify what those curveballs were, the post came on the heels of the news that Paul was to be the star of the next season of The Bachelorette. When she broke the news, she admitted that Mortensen was unaware of it.
Is this the first time they've had a reality star
As far as I know.
go into this
far as I
already?
know.
Like a pre-established reality star go into this setup?
Yeah, the two had broken up last year, but Paul admitted that they had gotten together a few times since then and predicted that he heard the Bachelorette news predicted that when he heard the Bachelorette news, her ex would be sad.
What is the condition? Is it the star of your own show where you perceive yourself as the star of a movie or a drama or your life? You're an actor, the lead. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about like the Truman Show syndrome?
Yes, right. But there's an actual technical name for it.
Right.
There's so many people that apparently have that now.
There you go, main character
syndrome. Why? Like this guy thinks we give a rat's ass. But I guess we do because we're talking about it.
Well, I'm thinking maybe he was on this show. I didn't watch the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but I assume he may have been a cast member because they were boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's got a bunch of followers.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I don't know.
I've watched it, and it is delightful trash. It's
really?
It's just terrible, and it's so entertaining and so much fun. And
They all seem attractive.
They are.
that's
Definitely.
that's kind of a given for most of these shows nowadays. But
Hot Mormons.
yeah, hot Mormons.
Hot moments.
I mean, honestly, it could be called that show.
So yeah, it's. But you're saying it's so bad it's good.
It's highly entertaining for how trashy it is.
Okay.
If you want to have a couple of rosés on a Friday night,
This is your show.
Get your nails done.
some mani patties.
All right, fans of Downton Abbey got a little extra behind-the-scenes news in the NBC special promoting the franchise's final feature film. Downton Abbey celebrates the grand finale. Series stars Laura Carmichael and Michael C. Fox, who play Lady Edith and Andrew Parker on the show and in the films, revealed that they are actually married in real life.
What?
Yeah. The couple first sparked dating rumors in 2016 and reportedly welcomed a son in 2021, but actual confirmation that they were husband and wife, that apparently was news. So I don't know how you can keep that hidden for 5 years.
How does that happen?
Fans of the series will get to say goodbye to Fox, Carmichael, and the rest of the Downton cast when Downton Abbey, the grand finale, hits theaters today, by the way. Noah Schnapp of Stranger Things. He plays Will Byers, has shared his thoughts on his co-star Millie Bobby Brown's new role as a mom just weeks after Millie and her hubby Jake Bongiovi announced this summer we welcomed our new sweet baby girl through adoption. Noah had written, "I'm just really happy for her. I'm really excited to see her flourish with that." These best buddies have worked on Stranger Things since the show debuted in 2016 and have been openly supportive of each other's lives as they grew up in the spotlight.
I was wondering when you brought the story up if he was going to say things like, I think she's going to be a terrible mom. She's not suited for this.
No.
It's a big mistake.
This is a sweet one.
Okay.
Noah gearing up for one last showdown with Vecna, is teasing the final season as, quote, so big and so intimate and so heartfelt and probably the most emotional work that we've done, and admitted, I'm just so sensitive. I mean, everyone was crying. We all love each other, so it's hard to part ways.
So I understand in this final season, and they're doing it in 2 parts, that Vecna is actually revealed to be a Mormon wife.
What?
Wow. Actually, they're doing it in 3 parts.
Is it 3 parts?
Yeah, so November 26th, and then they have Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, I believe, or when they're.
I love to have a show like that around the holidays.
Yeah.
It's not really what you consider a holiday fare,
Yep.
but I am so looking forward to it.
I think it's Christmas Eve. So anyway,
That's when Jesus had a birthday.
they're doing it right around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and
Totally down with that.
Yep, and New Year's. So the upcoming big screen reboot of Highlander is being pushed back. According to Variety, a pre-production training injury to Henry Cavill has forced the delay.
It has to be pretty substantial for them to put the entire production on hiatus.
Yes. The new expected start of production is now early next year. So it's the start of production. They were putting it off for a while. So yeah, Steve, that's several months.
I've got too much doo-doo in my underpants.
He did that The Witcher series. Obviously, he's been very physical in a lot of his movies. He's in stellar shape. So whatever they did, it had to be pretty bad. I think his head got ripped off.
The movie, well, that's kind of like the Highlander. So the movie is rebooted. The 1986 film starred Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, and Clancy Brown. The new version will feature Cavill along with Russell Crowe, Karen Gillan, Jaimin Hunsu, Dave Bautista, Marissa Abella, and Max Zhang. And it will be directed by Chad Stahelski.
Yes.
who was behind the camera for John Wick. So it's, you know,
So I wonder if Bautista.
star-studded, and it's got a lot of power behind it.
You're a fan of the original,
Yeah, and I didn't fall in love with it and, you know, become culty into it like a lot of people did, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, I think Bautista might be playing the Kurgan, right? The Clancy Brown role.
Guess so. I mean, it seems like
right.
he would be the right cast for that. Usually, Hollywood and the stars that inhabit it can't resist a good reboot or a sequel, but not Kirsten Dunst. She was talking to Entertainment Tonight this week and was asked if a sequel to the 2000 hit Bring It On was on the horizon. Dunst, who played cheer captain Torrance Shipman in the hit film, was quick to answer no. She said, I'm like, leave good things like where they are. I don't need to put on a cheerleading outfit. I don't even know what I would do. Would I be a coach or something? So she thinks she likes what they did, but is like, just leave it there.
I really, besides the obvious draw of that movie, it is a smart, funny movie. It's well
fun.
done,
Yeah, the girls are gorgeous, and that was
Yeah.
the draw to it. That was part of it, but it's a fun movie.
It's smart, yeah.
Yeah. The Apple TV Plus sci-fi series Foundation has been renewed for a 4th season.
You're a fan, correct?
I love this show. The 3rd season isn't coming out for a while, but they've given the go-ahead for a 4th season yet. Showrunners Ian Goldberg and David Cobb said there is no series quite like Foundation. We feel lucky and honored to be carrying the torch forward into season 4.
God, I'm watching so much, but I would love to get on board because I remember when I read years ago, and I don't even really remember all that much about it, but I remember it was pretty damn good.
They said we look forward to continuing the epic emotional storytelling that defines the first 3 seasons of the show and to be working alongside some of the most talented, passionate, creative partners in the business. Show stars Jared Harris, Lee Pace, and Lulu Bell.
From what I can recall, it's essentially Mormon Wives in Space.
Correct. Yeah.
Let's see. What do we have time for? Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. I know there's one more I got to get in here. So, Big Little Lies. It's official. They're coming back for season 3 on
good.
HBO. Yeah.
Who watches that?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Brent?
Nick, I thought you did too.
I watched the first season. Did I watch the second season?
Meryl Streep shows up in the 2nd season. She
Yes.
plays the mother of the Skarsgård guy.
Yes, and the first season was awesome. And the way that they shoot it, it's like, I know, you never know which Skarsgård it is.
so many-
There's a billion Skarsgård.
But I like the way you put that.
Yeah, the Skarsgård guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter? Is it Peter? No.
It's one of them. It's Alex?
Alex.
I think it's Alexander Skarsgård.
Biff.
Okay.
No, I think it's Alex.
Yeah, it is Alex.
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah.
So Francesca Sloan, fresh off of co-creating the now halted Mr. and Mrs. Smith series, has been tapped to write the first episode, next executive produce alongside David E. Kelley, Nicole Kidman, and Reese Witherspoon. Kidman and Witherspoon are expected to return to lead the cast, with rumors of a 3rd season finally confirmed after Kidman teased it back in 2023. The series first premiered in 2017 as a one-off limited run, but its Emmy-winning success, including wins for Kidman, Laura Dern, and Alexander Skarsgård, pushed it into a 2nd season. Of course, where he said case Meryl Streep joined the fold.
Is this is it more a character study or a mystery?
There's mystery. There's more like a murder that happens.
All right.
You kind of track it down. But Preston, you would love it because they shoot a lot of it near Carmel and north of Big Sur. And the houses that they use for shooting these scenes is unbelievable. Like they look like these, the American palaces along the Pacific Ocean. They're awesome.
You know what? No, I was going to say more like, think of like Friends and Neighbors. I was.
Your Friends and Neighbors, yeah.
But think of like that setting. Like it's, the affluent, and so it's just a beautiful scenery.
Meets
beautiful
Happy
houses.
Days.
Yeah, meets Happy Days with a little twist of Punky Brewster.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
You just whipped up a stew I can get behind.
Yeah.
All right. So, Case, let's talk about the movies that are opening this weekend.
Okay.
All right, we got The Long Walk opening. It's a mystery, thriller, horror film starring Cooper Hoffman, David Johnson, and Garrett Werning, and from the highly anticipated adaptation of master storyteller Stephen King's first written novel, and Francis Lawrence, the visionary director of The Hunger Games, comes The Long Walk, an intense, chilling, and emotional thriller that challenges audience to confront a haunting question: how far could you go? It is an hour and 48 minutes long. It's rated R. It's a wide theater release and gets a nice, juicy 95% score at Rotten Tomatoes.
The critical response has been really good. Are you excited for this? Are you going to see it in the theaters? Because you saw the last.
Yeah, I saw The Life of Chuck, which is a story I absolutely loved. I'm not jumping out to go see this.
The source material was...
No, it was great. It was
Yeah.
good. It's just it was not my kind of story. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. It's messed up. I didn't like it.
Do you think it's like an extended Twilight Zone episode?
Kinda.
It has that sort of feel to it.
Very much so.
Yeah.
My question is, do you know why these people choose to do this, or is this something that they reveal sort of at the end?
I have forgotten why they are chosen to do this.
Hershey Park ticket.
Isn't it? No, it's a contest, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't they win a?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think you are voluntarily a part of the contest.
Not like Squid Games.
That's what I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but there's a reason why they're doing it. Nobody wants to do it.
Oh, see, that's a rub I did not know. I thought they were getting involved with this so they could better their lives.
Yeah, I haven't read it in a long time. That's kind of what Running Man is. Believe it or not, Running Man is not the criminal element of the movie that we found out. These are people who can volunteer to do this. Like the guys in the Bachman novel, the Stephen King book, his daughter is sick and is dying. Needs
so
medical help. And he doesn't have money, and
That's
so
cool.
he enters in on this. So similar to that, I think, but I'd have to go back and check that out.
All
right. So also opening Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues. It's a comedy starring Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer. 41 years after release of the groundbreaking mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap, the now estranged bandmates David St. Hubbins, Nigel Tufnell, and Derek Smalls are forced to reunite for one final concert. It's an hour and 23 minutes long. It's rated R. It's a wide theater release. Rotten Tomatoes score is 69%, which is pretty good.
See it. Absolutely.
And then Traumatica also opens. It's a horror film starring Rebecca Kennedy, Emily Goss, and A.J. Bowen. A young boy's night terrors become reality when his mother begins showing signs of demonic possession. What he's about to experience will haunt him for the rest of his life and claim countless lives across generations. It's an hour and 21 minutes long. It's rated R. It's a limited theater release. Rotten Tomato score is 75%. All right, we're ready now for clips. The Great Food Truck Race is a cross between Cannonball Run and Top Chefs with teams cooking in a different city each week. And here host Tyler Florence talks about keeping his TV persona separate from his restaurants.
I don't flash the celebrity side of kind of the business that I'm in. And, this is my 29th year on television with Food Network, and I've written 17 cookbooks, and my shows are broadcast in 80 countries around the world. And I don't even mention that stuff. Like, if you walk in a Wayfair Tavern, my name's in on the menu. Like, I don't sell my cookbooks at the front door. Like, it's not that kind of restaurant. Like, when you see me on television, like that famous chef guy, that's where he shows up. In San Francisco, that's where I cook.
Really?
Yeah. Great Food Truck Race season finale airs. Our next clip. This season of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon draws from a very particular inspiration. Here, Norman Reedus shares his excitement while showrunner David Zabel explains.
It's great. It's a Western. It's great. There's lots of echoes of Man with No Name kind of movies, the Clint Eastwood movies, and they're strangers in this strange sort of frontier town who get sucked into the drama that's going on there that parallels their own needs and goals. And so there were lots of themes and templates that we were inspired by that came from Westerns in general, and specifically spaghetti Westerns.
Yeah, big whoop. No one cares.
New episode of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, airs on Sunday. There you go.
200. Walking Dead just seems like 45 different shows.
Yep.
I'm done.
Never ending. All right, gang. Got a lot happening today on this Friday morning as we wrap up your work week. We have our Word of the Week prize to give away. Adam Sandler, going to go see him coming up on the 19th. We also have our good friend Derrick Pitts, chief astronomer at Franklin Institute, checking in the story about possible signs of life on Mars.
Very amazing.
Evidence of life.
He just got here.
Yeah,
so he'll be hanging out with us in a few moments.
We'll have him pop in just a few minutes, as Nick said. We also have singer and performer Dorothy in our studio today. She's playing the TLA tonight and is going to come in and perform live for us here in the studio.
She's awesome. This is her second time performing for us in the studio. We love her.
And she's done the Barbecue a couple times, too, so we have a long history with her. And we'll have Stubbs on the program. Garrett Stubbs is going to be checking in the 9 o'clock hour. So we got a lot to get to and giving away anything we have left to give away as well. So we'll take a quick break. We'll do the Connoisseur during the show, too. But we'll be back in a moment. Make sure you stay with us because It's time to dip our toes into summer of the Back to School A to Z, and you are going to love the first song we have to play. I guarantee you that. We'll be right back.
Sports radio and what they have to deal with, those guys down
And
This is not the Connoisseur.
No, it is
It's not your parents' Connoisseur.
And Nick is giggling because I think he knows what it's about. So we were at Subaru doing our live broadcast a couple weeks ago, and I was online and I was just pulling up some stuff, and I saw sometimes these headlines like in prep services. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. Yeah. And it was like five of the best celebrity chef egg salad recipes. And I just turned to Nick and I go, Nick, what's your favorite celebrity egg salad recipe? And then, warranted, I just was doing it as a throwaway jokey line. Nick gives me his top 3 favorite types of salads.
Of course he did.
And so then we started having a discussion amongst me and Casey and Nick of favorite types of salads. Now, by that, not really meaning lettuce-based salads.
Anything.
We were keying off of egg salad, but we were going through things like macaroni salad, potato salad, chicken salad, tuna salad.
And macaroni, did you say?
I said macaroni.
Okay, yeah,
sorry.
all right.
And there's three bean salad. There's bean salad.
Okay, yeah.
There's all kinds of different salads.
I ranked my 5.
All right, what were your 5?
Was tossing my in there?
No. Well, that's number 6.
I have no interest in having my salad tossed.
I've never. No. Listen, when a guy asks for it, I'll do it.
Okay.
But
You'll do it, but you don't want it done.
No, I don't.
Either way.
That's what my bidet is for.
All right, anyway, go ahead. Nick's favorite salads.
You want to 1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
5 to 1. I like ending at
3.
number 1.
Yeah, all right.
With a drum roll before we get to 1.
Number 5, and this is just my personal ranking.
Yes.
Tuna.
Okay.
Then number 4.
Wait.
I want to write this down.
All right.
Okay. I'll forward it to you. I wrote it down too, Steve, so I didn't
Do you
forget.
have Rizzo counting them off, by the way, Casey?
But not direct.
He does
going the other way.
He does the other way. Yeah.
1,
Tuna?
2, 3.
All right, number 5.
I'll tell you all my salads.
I'll toss your
I'll
salad.
toss your salad back there behind the house over there.
Yeah.
This is my ranking. Number
Right.
5, tuna. Steve, number 4, potato. Number 3, egg. Number 2, macaroni.
Wow.
Number 1, chicken.
Chicken salad.
Okay. I admire your diversity. I say I would disagree heartily a lot of it, but I believe in your this list.
I think you
and
and
I
I
believe it means something to you, and I respect that.
Thank you,
really
because you and I we're on the same page quite a bit.
We are.
Food
However,
related. All
I'll
right.
tell you this: I stand in direct contradiction to my wife's own salad loves. Someone who I've seen naked. So,
So there's that.
so there's that.
Right.
I love. Well, let you go first. I want to hear everyone else's before I commit to my list.
I'm actually making my list right now.
all right.
I didn't.
All right, I'm going to go. I'll tell you this.
I
was
need
gonna
to
say-
come up with number 5.
I'll tell you what. Okay, Kathy.
No, I was going to say I could go first because I don't like any of those because they contain mayonnaise and it.
You don't like mayonnaise?
No,
Okay.
to me it disgusts me. I could tolerate.
There's mayonnaise
chicken,
in my shorts right now.
I could tolerate chicken salad.
You know what though? Hang on a second. One of the best tuna salads I've ever had was not mayonnaise based. It was oil based.
See, that I could do.
With like some capers and a lemon in there.
It's just and listen, I used to like it, but like over the years, I can't stand mayo. So any of those, I pass up on.
What
them.
about cream cheese? Can you do cream cheese?
If it's
like a cream cheese salad.
I don't like cream cheese
Okay.
that much, but if it's light, maybe.
I saved this recipe for an egg salad that calls for cream cheese.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I hate egg salad.
Oh, so that would be would that not even
I
be
am
in your
not
top
a fan
5?
of potato salad. In the battle of there's always potato salad and macaroni salad side by side. Macaroni wins every time.
All right, I got my list here.
All right.
All right.
So, and 2 of them are kind of the same.
Same
Why
thing.
is there no TV coverage of this?
Well, I'll explain here. So I have number 5 is pasta salad, but number 4 is macaroni salad. In case he's like, well, they're the same thing. No, not the way
No.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
Heathen.
So
pasta salad doesn't have mayo.
Yes,
I
you're right.
could go with pasta salad.
That's oil-based, right? Yeah. So that's usually oil or maybe some Italian dressing or something like that.
I love pasta
Does
salad.
macaroni salad have mayo in it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
And then you're thinking maybe a different version of macaroni salad, but yes, it's got mayo and sometimes a little sugar. So sometimes they make it a little bit.
I've had macaroni salad,
cheese.
I've had pasta salad with something that was very similar to like a mayonnaise-ish type of thing, but macaroni salad can operate on many different levels.
And
pasta salad. Excuse me.
Right. Yes. Casey has a point though that pasta salad can be made with macaroni, but that's not macaroni salad.
Right.
No.
Yes.
Right.
Agreed.
Unless you're a
Agreed.
jerk.
Now, somebody just texted something that I completely forgot about and would put on my list. So
Is it ambrosia?
It's ham salad. You guys ever had ham salad?
I don't
Is that
like
like
it.
is that like hoagie salad? Because I've had a hoagie salad.
No, it's not quite like hoagie dip is kind of hoagie salad, I guess you could call that. But
Yeah.
But no, ham salad is essentially it's ham and some relish and mayo and salt and pepper, and it's kind of blended up. And the ham is finely, like not even minced. It's like even smaller than that. It's kind of blended.
I've had it with like cubed ham in it, Preston.
Oh, man,
that too.
Right.
That's
So
that's chunky ham salad. All right. So anyway, let me finish my list. All right. Get off my back. It's over.
It's over.
All right. So
Coming back, Vietnam people trying to tell me what their favorite salads were. I got my own list.
remember, this is Stupid Preston and Steve chat, by the way.
Yep.
Number 3, I would make tuna salad on my list. I do. It's got to be made the right way, though. That's the thing. I'm really picky about it. One of my favorite tuna salads is from Panera. Number 2 would be chicken salad. And without question, no holds barred, my absolute favorite type of salad is potato salad.
Wow.
Potato.
Wow. Do you boil them?
I love it. I mash them. I shove them in a stew. No, but I like all different kinds of, I like the German potato salad.
Potatoes.
Yep. I like,
boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
tons of different. My mom made this really great potato salad, which every now and then, it's a lot of work to make it, but every now and then we'll make it. It's got bacon and egg and pickles and bread and butter pickles. I know you hate those, Casey.
Not a big fan.
But yes, I think potato salad is by far my number one.
And so
that's
we're
just
not
me
talking
personally.
about any lettuce-based salad, kale-based salad.
I think we're
spinach
staying
salad.
away from that.
because
Yeah.
that's
Just wanted to make
that's
sure.
a standard. And there's so in that case, I would love a Mediterranean salad. I would love
I love a Greek salad.
spinach, arugula, also as well, Preston, but like a feta, olives.
Actually, I will go with a wedge. I like a good wedge.
All of that in a classic
wedge.
Mediterranean stew.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, I want to hear your list.
Salad stew. Okay. I don't even know if I can put this. All right, so I love tuna salad.
Okay, is that your 5 or your 1?
Okay, this is hard, man. This
I
is harder
know.
than I thought.
This seems frivolous and
No.
stupid on you try it.
Wars
You
have been fought over this.
You try and make your list of top
The
salads.
Peloponnesian War was a salad-based war.
I did
The
not
Peloponnesian
know
War?
Yeah,
was?
absolutely. I'm gonna go. You twisted my melon because of the last second introduction of pasta salad.
Okay. Yeah.
Because pasta salad is so versatile. You could put tuna in a pasta salad. You could put chicken in a pasta salad.
Absolutely. But I think that it still remains at its heart, whatever you add to it, a pasta salad.
I love tuna salad prepared. I'm like you, man. It's got to be the right
Gotta
way.
be right way,
If you F it up, I'll slit your throat. I will tell you this. We actually have a tuna salad brought in from the Broadway Deli on Hicksville Road in Long Island from our relatives every time they come down.
That's the best?
That's the best.
Your favorite?
That's our favorite.
Okay.
All right. And then you move on to, I would say, chicken salad's okay. In a barbecue setting where you have potato and macaroni always wins. I'm going to go with tuna and pasta salad as my favorite salads.
Okay.
I don't like potato salad. I hate egg salad. Macaroni again will be a winner. Chicken in a pinch. But I'm not as my palate is not as cultivated as yours, as you guys.
I do like egg salad, but I will back you up, Steve. It can be a little scary sometimes. It can be a little daunting. Do you like deviled eggs?
Not much.
Okay.
And then to me, it's
kind of like
yeah.
deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised. Well, not surprised, but my friend Matt just texted me, why didn't we include fruit salad? And
man, I didn't even think of that.
I
love fruit salad.
But we're gonna have to. I think we're staying savory.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
God damn you.
We are staying savory. Okay.
Because I didn't think of it until when you brought up ham salad, Preston. That made me think of shrimp because they're both pink. So then I was thinking shrimp salad.
I just want to quote the Wiggles. Fruit salad. Yummy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
Do any of those, Nick, do any of them sneak into your top 5? You had mentioned shrimp salad. Does that sneak into your top 5 at all?
I'm afraid shrimp does. I think shrimp.
Okay. So what you're saying tuna's out.
What does it bump from your original 5, which was
shrimp bumps tuna?
Yeah, because tuna was his 5th.
Are you kidding
I agree.
me?
I like shrimp salad.
No.
a lot. It's
Never
got to
had
be
it.
made. It's got like at a good restaurant. Shrimp salad can be divine.
That's right.
Not more than tuna.
That is accurate. Your opinion is right.
Yeah.
So tuna, potato, egg, macaroni, and chicken. But now tuna's been removed. It's now shrimp salad, potato, egg, macaroni, and chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody texted and said,
happening here?
"Why is no one saying cucumber salad?"
Oh, yeah, that's
Cucumber salad's really good.
good.
Because our genitals are intact.
I used to make that all the time. I forgot about that.
And that has no mayo. That's like an oil thing with you put a little sugar in there, make it sweet.
All right. For a summer salad, if you're going to have for a meal, a pasta salad is the way to go.
Is that the one that's got
massively versatile? You can have all different types of pasta. You can put chicken in it. You can put tuna in it.
Especially if it's nice and cold.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you keep saying barbecue in summer. Like the thought of a mayo-based something at a
Sitting out
barbecue
on a
makes
table?
me nauseous.
Right.
Don't you? Isn't a macaroni and potato salad a standard at a picnic?
Oh, yeah. No, you're
potato
right.
salad
it
is like the go-to.
I will leave the macaroni salad on the table every time.
Okay.
Every single time.
On the table.
Yeah, but when you brought in pasta salad, I'm all about pasta salad.
Intro that we will play as well, and it is this.
Is there life on Mars?
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief astronomer of the Franklin Institute, our friend Derrick Pitts is here with us this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Nice to see you, Derrick. Thanks for joining us. Did you enjoy the summer breeze?
I did like that. Yeah.
Nice.
But I think the Martians are actually here. We shouldn't be asking about life on Mars.
They've infiltrated our playlist.
I think so.
Yeah.
No summer breeze on Mars. It's quite chilly on that planet.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really chill. You know, Mars is a really interesting place because we always think of it as being super cold, and there is wind on Mars. It's just that it doesn't have very much mass because the air is so thin. But on the first day of summer on Mars, at the equator, at noon, right at the surface, the temperature is about 70 degrees.
Seriously?
Yeah. That blew my mind when I saw
isn't that amazing?
It's obviously for a very brief period, but...
Well, by the time, if you go up in elevation from right down at the ground up to about 6.5 feet, the temperature's now down well below freezing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because there's so little air mass on Mars.
To hold in...
So there's nothing to hold the heat. There's really nothing to hold heat on Mars. So it could be 70 degrees, but by the time you get 10 feet in the air, it's already 20 degrees below zero.
Since fiction writers and scientists and everyone look towards the skies, Mars always seemed to be, one of the H.G. Wells, obviously, where there was... This is what the presumption. Now to hear the news that we just heard.
Yes.
To me, it seemed like, and I watched the press conference with Sean Duffy talking about it, and they had some of the NASA execs there. This seemed to be one thing, Derrick, where they were really putting a lot of, not caveats, but saying we took the time to take the time, and we believe this is indicative of the possibility of life having existed on Mars.
Yeah, this is really the strongest evidence they've ever come up with because they are actually looking at minerals on the surface of Mars that can only be formed in two ways. One is a chemical process that requires quite a bit of heat. You have to really bake this stuff to make it happen.
Right.
But the other process that produces these same minerals that were discovered in this rock, these same minerals, that process can be done with metabolic processes, right? And that's
amazing.
that's what has happened here on Earth is that certain life-related metabolic processes have created those kinds of minerals, and you can do it at a low temperature. So now where they are is, we found these minerals that say this is one way that this could happen. But the rover that's there Perseverance, that has this great suite of science testing equipment, doesn't have sophisticated enough equipment to determine for sure that the process was metabolic and biological.
I mean, it's amazing to think also that this is being conducted remotely and by this incredible piece of machinery, which, and you know how technology is these days. Things are antiquated the second they roll out of the factory.
My AA batteries ran out in my TV remote last night.
Yeah.
I couldn't change the channel. It's a real problem. I got to call NASA to help me out
Derrick,
with this.
so if we were able to get these samples back here to Earth, we would be able to have a definitive answer then, most likely, because we would be able to analyze it more properly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's the real trick. That's the real thing about it.
Okay, so, and therefore, that's why, I guess, have they the engineers have not figured out a way to bring that stuff back yet without taking a human being up there, right?
No, they've been working on a process to make that happen. Sure, because the Perseverance rover, its drill bit allows it to take samples and then store those samples to be picked up by a return craft that's planned to come in the not-too-distant future.
Awesome.
Yeah, here's the catch.
What?
We have to keep the funding flowing to build the system.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
incredibly expensive.
if we cut the budget, then we don't have a way to do that.
Right.
This is something that is just, I don't know, some people, it tends to just roll off their back. Oh, that's interesting. I'm like, these are milestones, I guess. And if you're a fan of any kind of speculative fiction, you look at this stuff and you say, it's amazing. It's also a little alarming. We were talking about movies, Derrick, that depicted the first encounter with alien life and how people would react. And even goes up to Man of Steel when they're talking to Superman about if people hear this, they could freak, and the ramifications. But I mean, there are one of the main essentials for life is water. Is that correct or incorrect?
That's right.
All right. So in our own solar system, as we know it, but there could be other things that are completely based on another structure.
Different chemistry, sure.
Right. So in our solar system, there are a number of water potentials, correct?
Oh, water potentials?
And water,
water existing for sure. If you look at some of the most exciting moons of Jupiter and Saturn in particular, these are moons that are crusted over with ice. The ice is, maybe 5 kilometers thick? And then underneath that are oceans of liquid water. Liquid water.
Yeah.
Which means there's an internal heating source or a process that keeps the water liquid, not solid.
So we're talking like Europa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Europa. Right. So when we think of the strong or stronger potential for encountering life, living life, not the remains of what was life, Europa's a fairly decent candidate?
My analog always is look at the very deep oceans of Earth.
Yeah.
Just like that. Highly saline, very cold, very high pressure. But every time we send an exploratory vehicle down, we find all kinds of strange life down there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at Europa thinking, why not?
Yeah. Back to Mars for a moment. And as Steve said, water, we know that there are signs that water had existed on Mars at some point in time. And there's ice in the polar regions, I believe.
There is actually, there's water frozen into the soil of Mars.
Okay.
Right? Plenty of it.
So, here's where my mind starts to go. They start to find, yes, at some point there were traces of some type of life on Mars, and that's just scratching the surface because they can't go down very deep.
Right.
If they were to be able to, and they meaning the scientists and humankind, whatever it is, what's the likelihood of digging down deep and finding like tons of fossils and or maybe even existence of dwellings and things like that? That's what
You're Ray Bradbury territory.
We're talking about billions of years,
Sure, right.
The Martian Chronicles.
Right, you're right. The fossils are not visible at the surface so far. We just haven't seen them. The closest we've come are these rocks that show these minerals that, in a sense, are fossils, could be fossils of a biologic process. Okay?
Yeah.
Just the minerals themselves. So now, if we were to dig down, deep enough, it could be that we'd find more convincing fossils, more convincing fossil evidence of possibly even multicellular creatures that lived on Mars at one point in history, just like we find them here on Earth. And the cool thing is, here on Earth, we have these ongoing geologic processes that continually bring fossilized evidence of life here on the planet to the surface.
Yes.
Right? And we also have the activities on the planet that are digging down in and find us. On Mars, those processes stopped, except for the volcanism, which was adding more material. So the mechanism for stripping away stopped a long time ago.
No
so
kidding.
it's really possible that you could dig down and find, Marsosaurus Rex.
You have naming rights. You have naming rights.
First.
No, it would be Derrickosaurus. Pittosaurus. Pittosaurus.
So yeah, that's totally possible. And this is a really great argument. My contention is, let's stop fooling around.
Yeah.
Let's just get a team of geologists, paleontologists, biologists, technologists all together, send a crew of like 15 to Mars, and we would get to the bottom of this in about 2 weeks.
Wow. So, Derrick, I'm 50 years old, and I used to think that it was inevitable that in my lifetime, there would be there'd be a human on Mars at some point. I don't know anymore. I still obviously hope so. I'd love to see it. Do you think that that's going to happen in the next 20 to 30 years?
I do, yeah. I think it's going to happen in the next, 10 to 15 is hard, but 20 to 30, yeah, I think it's going to happen.
So when that does, obviously technology is going to change and things evolve as we move along. They were talking about this, people going and returning is what we're talking about. But there was, for the talk of the initial missions was, you're going and staying. When I heard the original things, how do you think it plays out? Is it a round trip? Is it a setting up a base and living the rest of your life on Mars? How does that play out?
So the bifurcation of capability for space exploration that was wholly belonging to national agencies,
right,
like NASA and European Space Agency and stuff like that. There's been a bifurcation now in which there are private space companies that can do this stuff.
Right.
So I think you're going to have two groups. I think you're going to have the government agency people that go and come back, because a nation cannot afford the story of sending somebody out to a planet and then leaving them there to die.
It's too dark. It's
too dark. You can't do that.
The real spirit of accomplishment. I mean, who does not? Well,
that used to be in the old days.
Yes,
but nowadays that's not what's acceptable anymore.
Right.
But the private companies, some idiot is going to say, yeah, I want to go and live there for the rest of my life. And that's going to be a very short life. It's going to be a very short life.
So Olympus Mons was one time a volcano?
Biggest in the solar system.
Biggest in the solar system.
Enormous.
And how many Mount Everests is it in altitude?
Pick a number, 10,000. I don't know. It's huge. It's gigantic. It's miles and miles and miles.
This is on Mars?
On Mars, yeah.
Olympus, it's huge, gigantic. Biggest in the solar system.
It's amazing, and I always jot down a few questions of things that come across my radar. And you're not obliged to know everything that I dig up here, but I wanted to ask about the explosions on the sun. Going off on another topic, the mass,
one of my favorite topics,
mass ejections. They call them
coronal mass ejections.
What exactly? Because they do have seemingly a predictive capability in some ways, or do they just come as a complete surprise to people? Because first off, what causes them, and B, how do we know they're about to happen?
So there's a very broad predictive capability. The broad predictive capability is that the sun has cycles of activity. High activity, low activity, high activity, low activity, that run an 11-year cycle. So we come to the peak of a sunspot cycle of activity every 11 years.
Okay.
And then there's a lull 5.5 years after that, okay? So during that peak of activity, that's when you're going to see a lot of these coronal mass ejections off the sun. So
which wreak havoc with our communications and everything.
They can, yeah, they really can. But a lot of satellite manufacturers are beginning to design the satellites so that you can turn them to a protective position that then blocks the impact of these and the effect on them. We can do that kind of stuff. But these coronal mass ejections are the result of the sun's incredible magnetic field getting bound up on itself. And it's very much like taking a batch of rubber band material, twisting it up really, really, really tight. That's the magnetic field getting all screwed up. And then when it gets too tight, it finally lets go and releases all that. If we go back to the rubber band thing, the elastic energy gets released. Well, on the sun, the energy that's bound up in that magnetic bottling that's like the rubber band thing, when that releases, it blows the stuff out into the solar system. And these are just big eruptions that happen, then they shoot out. Been going on for the entire lifetime of the sun.
And they're massive, are they not?
They can be incredibly massive. Sure, they reach from the sun all the way out to the farthest reaches of the solar system. And they are, and the solar wind that comes from the sun constantly, this constant stream of electromagnetic particles, is responsible for stripping the atmosphere away from Mars. So when the atmosphere was stripped away from Mars, because Mars was not big enough to have its own magnetic field to hold the atmosphere and gravity to hold the atmosphere in, the atmosphere gets stripped away. The water on the surface then has no pressure to hold it as a liquid, turns into a vapor, and goes off into space. Now the water in the soil, trapped in the soil, is frozen in the soil because the temperature is so low because there's no atmosphere. So it all ties in together that if we were to melt the liquid that's in the soil on Mars, you'd have so much water on the surface.
Given enough time, will a similar thing happen to Earth?
No, because Earth has its own magnetic field.
Okay.
And our magnetic field, as long as the core of the Earth stays molten, which it's going to do for as long as humans are going to be here, it keeps spinning, generates the magnetic field. The magnetic field creates a force field that protects Earth against the solar wind from the sun. Our atmosphere exists, thin as it is, right? But the atmosphere is there, and the Earth is protected, and all is well.
It's fascinating.
Is that the Van Allen belt, the protector, the shield?
That's part of the magnetic field is the Van Allen belts. Yeah. So we have this huge magnetic field that just goes right around the Earth, and we're in good shape.
Every now and then, we'll do a science segment on the show, and occasionally Preston will have in the news an update from Voyager 2, which blows my mind because it was launched in like 77 or 78.
Still my beating heart.
Right. And so to get any news updates on something that was launched nearly 50 years ago, and it's like beyond Pluto or whatever at this point, I just find that to be unbelievably fascinating. How is that possible? And what are the latest updates from Voyager 2?
You know what? Look, if you talk about a really smart investment in dollars, it was building the Voyager spacecraft and the Pioneer spacecraft, because these are the most distant spacecraft out, and a couple of them are still sending us information, still sending us science.
It's mind-boggling
it's crazy. It's totally crazy because the signal that they're sending back with is like in single number watts. Single number watts. Like, look at your refrigerator bulb. A 7-watt bulb, and imagine that bulb at 11 billion miles out. Can you see that light? No, but that light is carrying information from the spacecraft back to Earth that we can use for real science.
Wow.
Now, that's a great investment because how much did it cost us to build that? A few $100 million. And the thing still works. If I bought a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost, I could not get it to work in the same conditions right here on this planet. So it's a really great investment. It's incredible. So the way they do it is NASA's Deep Space Network, this string of radio telescopes around the world, point out into space, and they constantly sense for signal coming back, and they keep a lock on it. And every once in a while, the lock breaks, and they kind of lose it. And then they frantically scramble and get the greatest minds on the planet to figure out where it is. And then they catch it again and lock in on it and keep following
So they keep reestablishing communication.
They do. They keep sending signals. And the thing repairs itself.
What?
That's the crazy thing. Like the data recorders go wrong, and then it repairs itself and reestablishes contact on its own.
I have a Fisher. I have a Fisher Price child's toy that we got when my son was a baby, and he's 25 now. Same battery, and it still works.
Wow.
Pretty sure it's the same thing they have on Voyager. Little AAA battery.
So just think about this for a second. we can build better equipment and appliances on this planet.
Yes.
Right. If we built stuff half as good as that spacecraft, planned obsolescence would go out the window and manufacturing companies would close because they don't need to build any more equipment.
That's part of that horrible metric that's listen, a Keurig machine will last about a year, and so it's built in. Let me ask you on another thing, and this will fall under Preston under the category of, I've heard it, I've sort of assimilated it, but I still don't understand it, and I've been embarrassed to ask what it's about. The gas giants, like Saturn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we know that it's is there at its core something solid around which the gases coalesce?
Yeah, but you don't want to be there. Yeah, you don't want to be there. You can't. It's really hard to depict this because we talk about like solid rocky cores or something like that, but there probably isn't anything like that. It's more like what's referred to as a metallic hydrogen. So it's not exactly frozen hydrogen gas, but it's like
pudding?
Way worse than that because the pressure is way too high. It is a solidified form of hydrogen.
Wow. Okay.
And you can think of it as frozen, but it's frozen in the sense that, the aluminum of the microphone mounts here, could be liquefied, but not at a temperature, not at a high temperature.
So there's no surface to walk around on.
There's no surface to walk around on.
My question is, again, what keeps the gases, adhering to that same position?
It's the mass.
It's the mass.
It's just the mass. It's the mass of all the gas that's there. So that mass generates gravitational pull, and that holds all that stuff there. Now, this is particularly strange and odd when you think about how stars form, because stars form from enormous clouds of gas and dust. How do they begin to collapse so that the temperature becomes high enough for hydrogen to fuse, especially if it's just hydrogen gas? It's the same thing. If you have enough mass, it generates gravitational attraction, and the stuff will collapse under gravitational attraction and begin to amass itself and then get hot enough to burn.
Well, I have a better understanding now. It's one of those things that, like, am I going to sound stupid? But I know basically, but I still don't understand.
This is exotic.
So
this is exotic chemistry and physics because it's outside the experience of Earth.
It is. It's hard to think of something having that effect.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, Derrick Pitts, Chief Astronomer of the Franklin Institute, is joining us. A text question, Derrick, from someone, because you'd mentioned the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to create a door to keep everything in, like in the movie Spaceballs?
Okay.
To where if you could open it, they're joking, obviously.
like a Dyson sphere?
Yeah.
No, but
I do want to ask if you do enjoy science fiction, reading science fiction.
Oh, I love science fiction.
Okay. And I'm sure you've seen the movie The Martian.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you read the book or not, but Preston and I and Nick, we love this book by the same author, Project Hail Mary. I don't know if you've
told you about it a couple of years ago. Did you ever read it?
I haven't started it yet.
It's phenomenal.
I have it, but I haven't started it
The
yet.
movie's coming out soon if you want to skip the book.
So I'm going to jump on it.
Yeah, Andy Weir's is the author, and he really he stays true to the science, yet he explains it in layman's terms where the reader can pick up on it who's not necessarily deep into that world.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
and there's a movie coming out.
The people who can do that are really, really brilliant people because it can be tough to get the science done right, but also make a really good story at the same time.
You know what? For there are people such as ourselves, and we admit it. It's funny when Kathy was here. Her eyes would roll wide on this stuff. But either you like it or you don't, or either you're intrigued or you're not. And so I think you're drawn to speculative fiction that deals with this as well. But there are some people who they actually freak at the notion of what is outside our Earth and what is in the universe, and as we said earlier in the conversation, fear of the potential of life on other planets.
Yeah, right. Yeah, people do. It's easy. Well, you can, if your imagination can get carried away, especially the way it's been fed by our entertainment industry over the last half century or more. then of course you freak out, because who would not be afraid of the alien in the alien movies, right?
Yes.
Who wouldn't be? I mean, if that's what alien life is out there, oh my God, please, let's not send anything else out there, because we don't want to attract any attention.
Was there not a point to, and I think Stephen Hawking was one of the detractors of putting too much information on our location on Voyager, of what we look like and so on and so forth. I believe it was Hawking who said, "This is a little, we don't need to be floating this out there like this." Do you believe that, or is that a little overly cautious?
The Earth would be a really great buffet for some alien life. Think of all the lovely hors d'oeuvres you'd have before you get to the main course.
Totally.
To serve man. Yeah.
Derek, I want to get back to something you said earlier about Mars on the first day of summer at the equator when it's 70 degrees, and you're hugging the surface, whatever.
Yeah.
This is probably an asinine question, but if you had a helmet on and were able to breathe Earth's oxygen levels, could you have nothing else on the rest of your body? Could you just wear like shorts and a t-shirt?
The problem is that there's no air pressure.
Okay,
that's the problem.
So what would happen to your skin and your body if you didn't have a spacesuit on?
Well, what would happen is the gases in your blood would boil because there's no pressure.
Okay,
and if the gases in your blood boil, then that would push the gases into your joints, and that would cause this thing called the bends. In which, your joints begin to seize up and, essentially you start busting blood vessels because the gas comes out of solution. When the gas is in solution, its volume is much lower. So when you start to let it come out of solution, then it starts to expand. So think of a bottle of ginger ale. You got the cap on, everything's cool. Or a bottle of champagne is even better. As soon as you release the cork out of the bottle of champagne, the pressure inside the bottle goes down. And as the pressure goes down, the gas that's in solution in the champagne, the CO2, begins to expand, and it shoots the foam right out of the bottle. Well, that's what would happen in your body.
Wow. There's a great YouTube series that is basically, it might have been funded by NASA, that shows how long you would survive on each planet.
No kidding.
It's literally how long would you survive in a standard spacesuit on Mars, on Mercury, they go through the entire solar system. It's a bleak proposition.
Well, speaking of bleak propositions, if you come to the Franklin Institute and check out our Wondrous Space exhibit, there's one display up on the second floor in which we allow you to build your own spacesuit as you go out to visit other planets in the solar system. And of course, if you don't build the spacesuit correctly, like you said, it's a bleak outcome.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Speaking of the Franklin Institute, you guys have a Science After Dark event coming up in October?
Yes, yeah.
All right, and that's
very exciting stuff.
On the 10th. And there's going to be wrestling at this one, I read.
There's always wrestling, but we don't really promote the kind of wrestling that's going on at those programs. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we are going to have this really incredible program that does feature wrestling because, everybody wants to know what's going on with this. So this is our opportunity to step into that ring, if you will. Yeah, exactly. But these Science After Hours programs are always so much fun. It's just like, it's a club atmosphere at the Franklin Institute at a science museum at night, and there's every kind of activity you can imagine, and great music, and it's just a lot of fun.
And it's a 21 and over event. There's alcohol there, right?
That's the thing, yeah.
There you go.
Alcohol.
This is cool, man.
It is very cool.
What a gift the Franklin Institute is to the people of the area and the work that you do, but it's always a blast. I don't know any time I've ever gone there and not walked away like, that was tremendous.
And it's everything across the board from these Science After Hours programs for 21 and up all the way out to our really highly sophisticated Franklin Awards program that we do every April, where we are recognizing the most brilliant minds on the planet with the Franklin Institute Science Awards. And we bring these people to Philadelphia, and there's an opportunity for them to interact with school students. And so we've got the whole gamut of how we are doing our best to get people to be inspired by science and tech, inspired to learn more about science and technology everywhere across the board. So something there for everybody.
You can check out the website, fi.edu, and take a look at After Dark, the Science After Dark event coming up October 10th. Derrick, thanks for being here. And also thank you for participating in Hawaiian Shirt Friday. It's
Our pleasure.
Thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's great to see you.
I'm headed out.
Derrick Pitts, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Life on Mars. We're going to take a quick break, and we will continue back to school A to Z. We're in the summer section, and we'll get to the bizarre file. Stay down. Big breasts, because Casey just said you do.
Did I have big boobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. He just wanted to point that.
It overrided your salad that was going to redefine salads.
First
Okay.
of all, now that he said no macaroni, I don't know if Casey's going to like it. It's going to gross Kathy out for sure.
Oh, okay.
But there is a good potato salad. There's a good macaroni salad with just peppers and vinegar and no mayo that you would like. But this is, I get Amish macaroni salad from the Acme.
No
which I
zippers.
love. And then I go to the Ardmore Farmers Market and I get fresh cooked lobster meat, crab meat, and shrimp, and cut that up.
Yeah.
And I mix that together. So it's a little bit of a cheat, but it's
Yeah, it is a
delicious.
cheat. So you take a store-bought pasta salad, and then you're adding seafood to it.
It's not a recipe.
Yeah.
That is a recipe.
underwhelmed.
It's a recipe.
So it's not the best recipe in the world.
Well, listen, it sounds very inventive. I don't like 3 of the 4 ingredients, but otherwise, it sounds like a home run.
my boobs are still big.
Okay, Casey's very happy about that.
Wait, well, time out. What about this, Kathy? You might like this with the swirly, squiggly pasta, and just 3 red pepper, yellow pepper, green pepper,
Possum meat.
onions if you like it. If you don't, and then I use malt vinegar with balsamic vinegar, and I mix that up, and sometimes some basil, like whatever I have in my garden, and I put that, not mayonnaise based, and it's kind of refreshing.
No
You can do
oil? No
cucumber.
oil in it, Jen?
No oil.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just vinegar.
Interesting.
Jen, do you have a kitchen or a laboratory? What's going on over there?
It's both. I like
Okay.
cooking. It's
All
started.
right. Well, that's very cool.
All right. Thank you, Jen.
See you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Fred wants to defend a kind of potato salad you might actually like, Kathy. I'll go to Fred. Good
Okay.
morning, Fred.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How about homemade? Have you ever had homemade German-style potato salad? It's vinegar. Absolutely no mayo.
No mayo.
You know what? Yes, actually, I think I have had that, and I do like it.
It's got bacon bits in it.
You like
And
bacon.
dice
You like
bacon
bacon.
Yep.
All right.
There you go. I'm German, so my grandmom used to make it.
Excellent.
Is
All
your
right.
grandmom German?
Thank you, Fred. I knew somebody who made an Italian potato salad with oil and vinegar and a little bit of parsley in it, and that was pretty tasty.
You know,
too.
I don't know if this is different or not, but the woman who made that potato salad that I had was Greek, so I don't know if there's a Greek potato salad or if they're sort of making it like he said, like the Germans do, but it was that vinegar based.
I just forgot something that I really do love as well, and that's salad, but quinoa salad.
Ooh, yeah.
Quinoa salad, and specifically
I'm over quinoa.
the Landing,
Yeah.
which is Nick Elmy's, has the best quinoa salad I've ever had in my life.
So I made what I thought last year was a out of this world fruit salad. There was a guy at the shore who I met who they have these guys who drive around this truck. It's called Fresh Fruit.
Right.
And they pull up and they get out of the truck and they ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. And they stop there and they go, Fresh! This really long fresh fruit scream. Well, I got this guy, Bernie, was his name, and he brought a bunch of fresh fruit over for me. It was really, really nice. It's kind of a welcome to the neighborhood type of thing. And it was, like pineapple and mango, and I had some bananas and, a lot of great fruit. So anyhow.
And was it indeed fresh?
Yeah, it was perfect condition, ready to cut and go. It was all ripe and ready. So I cut it up and I threw it in, and I kind of slapped together this fruit salad. So rather than just the fruit being together, I added honey to it. And most important ingredient,
mayo?
is squeeze some fresh lemon on it.
Oh, all right.
Really? Gives it even a little bit more tang.
Yeah.
And then I put in walnuts in there, and it was the best fruit salad I've ever had. Thank you very much. Pat myself on the back. I was really happy about
Does
that.
that sound something like you would enjoy?
Yeah, well, when they said fruit salad, I was like, well, hello. Over
Yeah,
here,
you
obviously,
eat-
that would
yeah.
be my number
Does fruit
one.
salad make you toot?
When Kathy would come in with this giant bowl of fruit salad, I haven't seen it in a while, and that would be your lunch. Did Bubba add anything to that besides just fruit?
No, but no.
Squeeze some lemon on it.
But
and
you know what?
It adds such a cool little zing to it.
I'll tell you what, though. I don't know. I mean, technically, yes, I guess that is fruit salad. But what I have to say is, like, if it sits for a little while and the juices from the different fruits mix together, I'm out. Like, it has to be fresh cut fruit.
Why are you even putting them in the same container then?
I don't know. Well, because what am I going to do? Bring different containers?
Yes, you would.
But it's fine if it's fresh. You're usually good, but if it sits for like a little while, you get that because then they all start to taste the same.
They mix together. It's like a cocktail.
Let me get this straight. Are we
juicy.
accepting fruit salads into this conversation?
we should.
started
I think
as
we
savory.
should. Yeah.
Well, then I have to rethink my
I
whole
know,
list.
me too. I got to rethink the whole damn list. Our
An
eyes
epic
are opening
disgrace.
up. All right, hang on. Jessica, and I agree with her on this if she's talking about potato salad. Hey, Jessica, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. So, Jessica, you wanted to add a secret ingredient?
Yes,
What
pickle
is-
juice
Pickle juice.
To potato salad?
and potato salad.
Yes, me too. That's a big part of what makes my mom potato salad awesome is we add that pickle juice to it. Yes.
Yes, you can't add as much mayo because it'll make it too runny, but
Yes.
it is amazing.
Yep, I agree.
I do like.
Thank you, Jessica.
I like all ribs on potato. I do not like baked potatoes. I do not like potato salad. However, I like.
You like mashed potatoes?
Like red potatoes. You know,
And sweet potato fries. You
Oh, like
love.
sweet potato fries,
roasted potatoes.
roasted potatoes.
Do you like mashed potatoes?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So
So
my
baked potato, no. Okay.
no. So Southern style. However, I like steak fries, which are very almost.
That's probably why you don't like potatoes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
'Cause
like
that
baked potatoes.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I like potatoes. But just to wrap up that part of the conversation, somebody texted this in, and I was introduced to this 2 or 3 years ago, a watermelon salad with tomatoes and cheese. And the watermelon is this sweetness, and then you add a little bit of saltiness of the tomato, and then cheese makes everything better. So that salad is fantastic.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
It's really
I'm
good.
open to trying it.
Yeah.
But you're
Kathy,
still skeptical.
I thought of another ingredient
Okay.
for fruit salad too. Is add a little mint, a little fresh cut mint in
okay.
there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that kind of brings it home. Okay. Somebody, a couple of people had texted and we had a caller. They're not up there any longer. But I want to get so if you're just tuning in, it's Salad Chat on the Preston and Steve Show.
Salad
Stupid
chat.
conversation. Best salad ever. Does taco salad even count?
No, because
You're
like
taking
a
it.
salad.
You're
That's
taking
more,
it. No.
Yeah, that's more of like a casserole or a dip.
Oh no, I was thinking taco salad is a salad. That's
I'm sorry. I was thinking of like a taco
taco
dip.
dip, yeah.
No, a taco salad. Yeah, that's lettuce. There's lettuce in there. We're staying away from the lettuce-based salad thing.
Because
we're
it's
thinking
too
more
easy.
potato salad and pasta salad, and macaroni
It's
salad.
too easy.
All right, I'm just sort of thinking out loud here, but
My butt hurts.
What if? My butt feels fine.
Okay.
What if you were to make potato salad with hash browns?
Cooked hash browns.
Well,
Like fried?
You cook them first, so you know that they're like all cooked through and everything like that, and then you make it, and then you have to put it. When you're making potato salad, you got to potatoes anyway. So
yeah, you boil them.
You boil them, mash them. Maybe you stick them in a stew press. I don't know, but like, do you wait for when you make a potato salad? Do you wait for them to cool off before you like mix it all together?
Ideally, yes, but sometimes.
So what if
you'd have a big issue if they were still in a mashable condition?
Yeah. So what if you were to do that with hash browns?
You don't cook them to the extent if they get too soft, then it's going to fall apart. What's that?
What if you were to do that with hash browns instead of like cut up and diced up potatoes?
My head hurts.
I don't like.
Okay.
But maybe should try it.
I'm gonna try it.
Talking about AI and this in one day is just.
Nick, can you look up hash brown salad?
Yeah.
And see if anything comes up.
Yeah.
'Cause somebody has probably
Go to
tried that
X
before.
Hamster.
Yeah, right.
All right. Go there and then.
Yo, ever heard of jerk meat?
Pops up every time. Damn
Come
it.
on. Come on. All right, hash brown salad recipe. Hash brown potato salad. Yeah, Case.
All right.
Did you remember
done.
Salad Works? Do you remember there was a
the original salad tossers.
That was their slogan.
Yeah.
And we're not
Sure
kidding.
was.
Yeah.
We'd eat there a lot when we were at Y100. They
Yeah.
had one right in the mall.
Because they toss your salad
Yeah,
for
absolutely,
you.
right there.
Right there in the mall.
Drop trout, let's go.
Right there.
I'm going to go to
Got
Rob.
a tongue like a cat.
Hey, Rob, good morning.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, what's up, buddy?
Hey, have you guys ever tried summer corn salad?
No, but go on.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So you obviously have it's better with fresh corn, especially from the summer, Jersey corn. And you mix up with cubed mozzarella, fresh basil, lemon juice, garlic, and fresh pieces of garlic and cherry tomatoes.
Ooh.
It is a really good salad. And you serve it cold, put it in the fridge, make it the day before.
What do you do? Do you boil the corn ahead of time and then cut it off?
You make your corn like you're basically boiling, but it's better to cut right from the cob.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Okay. I dig it. All right, Rob. I like the sound of that.
All right.
I'm not a big corn dude on that level,
salad.
but the other ingredients sounded enticing.
So this hash brown potato salad, I think I'm going to make it. The only thing I would do differently, it says poke some holes in the hash brown package. So it is saying buy prepackaged hash browns and then microwave. I wouldn't want to microwave it. I would much rather cook them and cook them through that way.
You don't want to get too crispy, though. That's the thing.
Oh, I wouldn't mind a little crisp in my potato salad.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Hang on, John.
Back off.
John has an interesting potato salad story. Call with your potato salad stories. Hi, John. Good morning.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Let me show you how it's done.
What is that from?
That's a mom teaching her daughter how to.
Oh yes, yes.
Here, let me show you.
Right. That's how every porn movie which the mother daughter. No, Stephanie, not like that, like that.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, we were at a barbecue at my brother's house. My mother, who's like in her early 70s, brought over some potato salad. It was delicious. I went over to my mother's house a week later. I saw the mayo jar. Expiration date was written on the top of 2005.
So is that the secret? Is that the secret?
So and her excuse was, well, it's been kept cold.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
I don't know if I believe
I
that.
would have died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Nobody got sick, so I
Try to keep the mayo that you're using
John.
within the decade you're living in.
All right. This sounds weird. I'm going to go to Bob. Hey, Bob. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, Bob. You're on the air, bud.
And there used to be a Cajun cook on the TV. I can't remember what channel. His name was Justin Wilson.
Yeah.
He used to
That'd be hot. I guarantee. He used to say that all the time.
Yeah. And he used to make a potato salad without potatoes. It was made with saltine crackers and salad dressing instead of mayo.
What? That sounds disgusting.
That's
interesting.
Did you
I like Justin Wilson. I used to watch him. I used to watch him all the time.
You know what that is? That's filet mignon. I made it with crackers.
Did you ever try it, Rob?
Yeah.
And was it good?
No.
Yeah, it was real good.
All right.
He says it was real good.
All right. Nick,
I don't know how the hell you do that.
Nick actually found a video of him in the recipe. I'm going to check that out, Rob. Thanks, man.
Hey, you're welcome. You guys have a good day.
You too.
Thanks. Listening to your show, all right?
Oh, thank you, man.
buddy. I appreciate it. Actually, his name's Bob. I called him Rob. But yeah, Justin Wilson, I used to watch him.
Was this right before he was committed?
It may have been.
Look at this. I'm making potato out of crackers.
Nick found the video of him. He looks pretty advanced in age when he did the non-potato salad.
I'm making milk out of corn.
Well, anyhow, I would like you to do these discussions amongst your coworkers today.
Make sure that they feel safe. Don't approach them too hard with outlandish salads right off the bat.
Right. Ease into it a little bit.
Yeah. Make them feel comfortable.
Look, we completely forgot about fruit salad. We needed your input today to determine the greatest salads of all time.
Given my druthers, though, I will take savory salads over sweet salads any day.
I'll take any of those. Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. I told you it was a stupid conversation. Thank you for being a part of it. We're going to take a break. When we return, other dumb things to talk about and an announcement to make about a really cool event coming to the area that we think you are going to love. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Make it Friday. official.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Delco Trim Light.
I'm sorry. It was so much fun watching you in real life and then seeing the replay on YouTube. It was great.
So I put on a mask for those who aren't watching. A frog mask during that particular song. All right, anyhow, brought to you by Delco Trim Light. Visit DelcoTrimLight.com to schedule an estimate on installation of the coolest permanent programmable holiday lighting system around. Boy, this is wild. With 6 stitches across his face, Richard Catrone's face was still bloodied and banged up when he did an interview. The 67-year-old is in pain, but thankfully he was not more seriously hurt when his neighbor shot a flare gun in his face.
Yeah, I saw this footage.
Yeah, the attack was captured on home security video. It shows Catrone walking his dog on a leash outside his apartment when 76-year-old Kathleen Schumann comes out of her apartment, and she's just a few doors down. Seconds later, she fires the flare gun, hitting him in the face.
Oh, man.
The flare can be seen bouncing off his cheek as he holds his face in pain, shocked by what happened. He said, my next inclination was to get the gun, and I knocked it out of her hand, and she went to get it, and I wanted to protect my dog. I wanted to protect myself. He said, Kathleen showed no emotion. She claimed that I was the devil and that I tried to murder her. She said,
man, I didn't know he was the devil.
And then she said, I'm sorry I missed. Sorry I missed. Police arrested Schumann and charged her with assault. Now, neighbors of the two residents say the two have a long-standing feud stemming from their pets. Schumann has a house cat and Catrone has a dog. One of their neighbors, a woman named Mary Neitzel, said he started harassing her because he said her cat was always upsetting his dog and she would sit outside with it. She actually moved out to live with her sister for a few months, and she just moved back a week ago, and he keeps bothering her. Now, Catrone himself said, I just asked her, can you keep your cat inside? And that started the situation. He says that he has made complaints to the management company.
Oh, Jesus.
In court, Schumann pleaded not guilty. She has to stay away from Catrone as part of her release.
What if I were to shoot you in the face with a flare gun?
The judge allowed her to return to the apartment one time with an officer to retrieve her belongings, and her attorney told the judge that she would live temporarily with a relative. He said, I've lived in Manhattan, I've lived in San Francisco, I've lived in Boston, and nothing ever happened to me. I've moved to Suffolk County, a senior community, and my neighbor shoots me in the face with a flare. Wow. A South Dakota man was bitten by a highly venomous and illegal snake at his apartment after accidentally setting it loose, officials said.
Whoops.
The Sioux Falls Police Department received a 911 call about a snake bite, and animal control officers were dispatched to the scene. Animal control supervisor Patty Beckman said the owner had 3 venomous snakes inside the apartment, including an eastern diamondback rattlesnake and a pair of African forest cobras.
Come on.
Animal control officers say the rattlesnake was secured in a glass enclosure, but the 2 cobras had been inside plastic totes, which were knocked over, spilling them onto the floor. The owner stepped on one of the cobras, which then bit him. She said, so not so very secure enclosures. The man was taken to the hospital for treatment.
Yeah, I keep the snakes in a bucket.
As of September 9th, she did not know what his condition was. The forest cobra is the largest true cobra species in Africa. It can grow up to 10 feet long in the wild.
I saw a video of a guy holding one stretched out.
Yeah.
That head on that thing is almost the size of a human head.
They are generally timid and human encounters are rare. It is illegal to own venomous snakes in South Dakota, by the way.
No one told me.
Officials are determining what charges, if any, will be brought against the owner. Here's another follow-up on this guy. Southern California man with a history of arrest for sniffing women's butts in public will spend at least the next 4.5 months in jail after being caught again.
Come here.
Kales Caron Crowder was ordered to serve 135 days in Los Angeles County Jail on Tuesday after admitting to violating his parole.
Do you think he exhibits any sort of embarrassment when he's brought up before a judge? I mean, you got some cool crimes probably ahead of you, and then you're a butt sniffer?
I mean, listen, it obviously it's a crime, but like, can you just sniff the seat that they were sitting on?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just put a little space between the person and the act.
Crowder, a registered sex offender, was arrested in mid-August for a butt-sniffing incident inside an unspecified store in Burbank. That arrest came roughly a month after he was taken into custody for a similar offense at Burbank's Empire Center Shopping Center.
Jesus.
So he's going to jail for a little while. In St. Louis, a man is facing felony charges following stealing over $200,000 from an elderly roommate over the course of nearly a year. Records say the victim, a 78-year-old man with limited hearing and sight, moved in with one of his friends following a hospital stay. He depends on Jeffrey Lewis, the homeowner's son, to help him manage paying bills. A check was made out to Lewis for $78,000 to complete home renovations on a separate property the victim owned, but there was no work done. And additionally, Lewis used the victim's credit card, stealing over $135,000 in charges that did not reflect large monetary payments of victims' bills or any payments for benefits for victims' health and living expenses. And according to documents, Lewis dropped several $1,000s at the Pony Strip Club. Several $1,000s more.
I wanted to go there.
Several $1,000s more to a female dancer. Also, the Louis Vuitton store, Hellsberg Diamond Jewelry store, and personal travel expenses. He told the police that he didn't know what happened to the money when he was confronted. Charged with 2 counts of financial exploitation of an elderly disabled person, he is currently being held under a $200,000 bond.
I think this elderly guy needs to get a flare gun.
Yeah.
Except
Do you know the Pony Strip Club by any chance?
I do not know that one, no, unfortunately. All right, and there you go. That is what I have in the Bizarre File for you this morning. We will take a break. We'll come back in a second. We'll have later on in the program Dorothy in our studio performing live. She's got a show tonight at the TLA. We're going to talk to Garrett Stubbs from the Phillies as well. But we got to do one of our other Friday things, Connoisseur, coming up next. Stay with us. A little later on, we're going to get head coach John Tortorella of the Flyers, new head coach. We're going to chat with him in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, time to talk about some other things. I caught this article over the weekend, and it's a phenomenon that I think we've all had experience with. I had a couple of weeks ago the scenario where I woke up like, I don't know, hour and a half before my alarm was going to go off.
Yeah.
And just could not get back to sleep. And but it can be even worse when you wake up like maybe 15 minutes before your alarm is going off, or 10 minutes, where it's like you have to do that dance of, okay, do I try to go back to, or is this, what's the point? Don't I just go ahead and get up now?
That's what I do.
It's so unsatisfying.
Because the truth of the matter is that, so I have, 2 alarms set to go. I almost always, 95% of the time, beat the alarms up, by 2 or 3 minutes, but you get that 10-minute, Preston. You get that 11 minutes, and you're like, what the F do I do now?
Right.
It's like, just get up. Because I find it all the bull crap of what do I do sitting in bed, it's a waste. Get up and expend that energy getting ready and just get on with your day. But I mean, it always has to sit right in that sweet spot, right in that horrible sweet spot.
According to the National Institute of Health, studies across the globe show anywhere from 10 to 30% of the population struggles with insomnia.
Well, that I don't have.
Defined as consistently difficulty falling asleep and the inability to return to sleep after going to bed.
Well, if you get up at, I get up at 3:30, 3:35. If I wake up at 2 o'clock, I'm not going to have any trouble getting back to sleep. But if I wake up again, you're looking at the alarm clock, and you just have minutes. That's where it becomes a pain in the ass.
I have had the few weeks ago where I get up at 3:50 and I woke up at 2, and then I lay back down. I'm like, okay, go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't go back to sleep.
Oh man,
I can't go back to sleep. Lay there for like 40 minutes. It's like, okay, screw it. I'm getting up.
There's the other thing where, and I've had it happen, it's sort of tangential to this, which is the absolutely not having any idea what, I thought, for some reason in my mind, I thought 1 was 3 o'clock and, invert. And I came in hours early. I told you guys that one morning. But so do they recommend anything if you're going to have that, 10 to 15 minute pre-wake up?
And by the way, there's I was not familiar with this. It goes into a little bit more of insomnia. It says they can have a combination of nocturnal awakenings and what's categorized as early morning awakenings.
Used to have those a lot,
So, but I mean, as opposed to just the study finds that some people may experience early awakenings without other insomnia symptoms, such as difficulty initiating sleep. So some people can't get to sleep, but nocturnal awakenings and non-restorative sleep, meaning sleep that is substantial even with the recommended hours. But
So, I mean, obviously,
that isn't substantial. I'm sorry.
We sing the praises, the truth. With the Sleep Number bed, I get a full night's sleep. Doesn't mean, though, you won't wake up a few minutes early, and when you do, that is an annoying thing I'd like to find out how to deal with.
I have all of these things. Everything you described, yeah, I got bad insomnia. I have trouble falling asleep. I have trouble staying asleep. And then the waking up before the alarm, that happens to me, too. So, I can't remember the last time I got a good night's sleep.
All right, so the constant waking up before that daily sound of your alarm is coupled with an immense frustration about not falling back to sleep. And that stress can feel isolating and all-consuming, taking more precedence than the initial sleep problems. So you just worrying about
that's it.
And that anxiety
not
creeps
falling
in.
back to sleep. And then it's this cycle.
Yeah. Oh, I can't fall back asleep. Why can't I fall back asleep? Oh, I really can't fall back asleep. And then all of that, and then your brain just starts going and going and going.
Now, if I fall asleep now, how many minutes will I actually sleep for?
That's it.
Yeah.
You start doing the damn math, and your brain's working numbers, and you're like, what the hell?
So if you wake up suddenly in what feels like the early morning hours, resist checking the clock. You guys know my little method. I turn the clock around so I can't see it. Finding out it's 3 a.m. when you set the alarm for 7 can cause increased stress about the hours of sleep that you hope to attain. It says you look at the clock, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, like clockwork, and immediately tension might grit your teeth. You think of all the demands, how awful it is when you're sleep deprived, and all this mental processing and agitation is antithetical to the sleep state. It's making you more alert and aroused.
Oh, yeah. Massive boner.
Versus sending the signal to the brain that it's okay to drift.
Oh, yeah.
If your alarm is on the phone, checking the clock can pose an even more significant trigger.
Look, he's got a boner.
That's one of my favorite clips. I love it. Play it again.
Okay.
Look, he's got a boner.
Considering getting an alarm that isn't attached to your phone, they say. So when you actually pick up the phone and start looking at it, that can cause you to stay a little bit at work. Now, this is what I did not know, okay?
I did not know that.
And, Steve, this is not the waking up 15 minutes before. This is waking up like a couple hours ahead of time.
Oh, all right.
So, paradoxically, experts say you should get out of bed, even at 3 a.m. I had always heard stay in bed.
What?
Just keep staying there. It says abandon the idea of getting back to sleep. When you do that, when you let the pressure go that sleep isn't so effortful, sleep is more likely to come back.
I'll be fine in surgery later on.
In a stimulus control technique, you can distract your brain with a mundane task to help bring back drowsiness faster than staying frustrated in bed.
Like tap dancing?
Is that mundane?
Yeah.
That's kind of dynamic and exciting, though, isn't it?
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
So what is a mundane task?
That's a good question. They don't recommend anything in this.
Paint your bathroom
list. So yeah, get up and clean out the garage. It says as soon as that little voice comes on, change the environment. Get out of bed. Try to reset your brain and keep the lights low. Mentally assigning the bed with sleeping helps people associate positive sleep thoughts with their space. Leaving the room when agitation sets in can separate the frustration from the bed.
So what you're looking to do is extract those connections, and then that makes sense.
All right, here you go, Nick. Anything from reading a book to knitting.
Okay.
Or listening to soft music.
So knit at 3 a.m.
Are Santeria rituals? You fall into this category?
Sacrificing a chicken at 3 o'clock in the morning might not be a good idea.
I try to read sometimes. That seems to having a book at the, on the bedstand or whatever, that might help.
Would it help more if you were to actually leave the bed, go into another room and read like in a chair?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Right? And that's what they're suggesting here, right? You disassociate that deal.
I think part of the problem for us is just inherently the time at which we have to get up in the morning. Like it's just too damn early, and because it's that early, I know that in the back of my mind, and so like I put pressure on myself to get a good night's sleep. Yeah, and that just that makes it worse.
The Kathy Romano story, chapter 1.
That's right.
Could you imagine if that was the book he was reading? You'd never sleep.
I like the idea of getting up and knitting in the middle of the night,
At
Nick.
3.
So you can, you don't.
Knitting, 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 knitting.
He doesn't sound relaxed.
That'll put you to sleep.
I have an alarm clock that actually projects the time on the ceiling. So, and I actually like that. When I wake up and I'm not sure what time it is, I'm just as many times I'm comforted by the fact that I have 2 hours, an hour and a half left to sleep. You know, that it doesn't bother me that much.
Many people are texting in saying that pleasuring themselves helps them get back to sleep.
What about a stranger?
Pleasuring a stranger or a stranger pleasuring you?
You walk around on, would you like a handy?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble sleeping.
I noticed you were walking your Shih Tzu. Can I give you a hand job?
That's kind of a mundane task, right?
It's pretty boring for the giver, right?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bed now.
Woof, I'm pooped.
Progressive muscle relaxation may work.
Okay, so like morphine.
No, not muscle relaxers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Muscle relaxation. So start at the toes, clench the given muscles for 3 seconds and release. And then Kathy, breathe through this process. The 4-7-8 breathing
there it is.
exercise.
You guys have raved about this.
Coupled with
did it
muscle
last night.
relaxation can be successful. Kath, I did it not that long ago.
Please explain it again.
You want to do it or me?
We could do
Why
it.
don't you do it together in
explain it
harmony?
and I'll do the breathing? No.
Okay, so what you do is you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. You hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then you let that air out for 8 seconds, and then you repeat the process. And I think I do it like 5 times.
Yeah,
Beth.
I do it like 4 or 5 times.
And you're usually good after that.
And it's not like it knocks you out immediately. Like I remember every time I'm like,
I'm not sleeping.
This is dumb. It didn't work. And then the next thing you know, you're waking up.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, that thing worked.
It worked.
It actually does work. So it slows your heart rate down, and it helps you get into that
Kind of just
zone.
helps you relax.
Yep. And I would imagine you could.
Excuse me.
Why?
So, yes, you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7.
Okay.
Breathe out through 8, and it works great, man.
It has a regulating effect, and you
Yeah.
think you're more inclined to fall asleep after that.
Now, it also says others may find that yoga may help.
Or cottage cheese.
Like getting up and doing yoga.
Oh,
Like
at
yoga.
3 a.m. Honey, what are you doing?
I'm doing sleeping dog.
Yoga.
Meditation or reading can help when you wake up before the alarm. But
I don't
no,
think any of that would help me.
really.
I would be exhausted.
I like the
You're supposed to be.
But so are they saying to stay?
No. I mean, well,
To
yeah,
do this
get up
to
and
fall
do
back to
this,
sleep.
and then you can go back to sleep easier.
Yeah, no.
So these are obviously hours, as you said earlier. These aren't just minutes. I can see where that. So for me, if it has happened, like that's why I've just come into work, Preston. On those certain times, I'll just get ready and
Yeah.
And,
What
you
am I
have as
doing?
well. You did just recently.
Yep.
You
What am
just
I
come in.
doing? I may as well just go in, you know.
Next time, do yoga and try to go back to sleep.
Let me get some calls.
Go sleep driving.
I have a psychologist, Jenny, who's on the line. Hey, Jenny, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, Jenny?
I'm a psychologist, and I actually work in a primary care office, and so much of what I help people with is sleep challenges and anxiety stuff. So these things you guys are talking about are right on point. The 4-7-8 breathing for sure, and the idea of getting up out of bed either when you can't fall asleep initially, or if it is that middle of the night, like they said, we call it the 20-20 rule. So if you lay in bed for more than 20 minutes and you're still tossing and turning, your mind is still racing and you're awake, the best thing to do is get up and do something quiet and boring for another 20 or 30 minutes,
20 minutes,
and then try
okay.
again.
So don't try to force it. So years and years ago, and I say it in the commercials because it's true with the sleep number, and everything. It's been much better. My sleep has been very consistent over the years. But the prior to that, occasionally I'd be like Nick. I have difficulty getting to sleep, and so the notion of trying to force sleep while you're in bed is a losing proposition. Correct?
Exactly, right. It just gets yourself more worked up, and then you start to associate your bed with this is where I lay down and I'm stressed, rather than this is where I lay down and I sleep.
All right,
So,
I have a question for that.
Yeah.
For that, if you get up for you lay in bed 20 minutes, you toss and turn, and get back to sleep. You need to get up for 20 minutes. I would assume you don't want to get on a screen, your phone or your laptop.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly right. We say no screens, don't scroll your phone, don't turn on the TV. My go-to is just do something lame, like read the refrigerator manual, like something just totally, non-stimulating, and like they said, keeping it dark and quiet.
So nothing that actually engages you.
Right, because you don't want your brain to wake up more.
Okay.
So you could read a book, that you're not too, if you're not the kind of person that'll get sucked in and have to finish the whole thing.
The Kathy Romano story.
So then, Jenny, and this is a legitimate question. I assume then that we will have Dorothy in our studio. She and the band are playing tonight at the TLA, and they're going to play here in the studio beforehand. So expecting them early in the 9 o'clock hour, and we're going to talk to Garrett Stubbs of your Philadelphia Phillies.
What a Friday.
Yeah, that'll be around 9:45.
What else could you jam into a Friday?
Well, we have our Word of the Week prize we're going to give away. We're doing the Back to School A to Z, and we get to this.
It's time for the Connoisseur.
Lots of good eats, friends. Plenty of food news to share with you, and we'll have a chance to win some Acme Market gift cards because they are the sponsor of the Connoisseur segment. So get yourself ready as we will play some movie clips that have to do with food or drink here in a little bit. But in the meantime, we're going to start with this story, which I thought was interesting. De Lorenzo's Pizza, a nearly 100-year-old family-owned pizzeria in Hamilton Township, New Jersey, is temporarily closed for renovations, and they're doing that to become a combination pizzeria and cannabis dispensary.
Wow, really?
Actually, man, that makes total sense.
It is brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like that Girl Scout who was selling cookies outside of a dispensary.
And also, so there was a place that Carter and I went to when we were in Chicago. I'm looking for a picture of it because I forgot the name of it. It was a brilliant name, and it was called the Waken Bakery.
Oh, okay.
Listen, and it was a coffee shop / bakery and
that's
cannabis.
Smart business. Yeah,
it was perfect. Got our business right away. I think it's brilliant. The restaurant originally opened in Trenton in 1938 before moving to Hamilton, which is not too far from Trenton, about 12 years ago. Owner Rick De Lorenzo Jr. announced the unusual business plan after facing financial troubles earlier this year when the state seized the property for unpaid taxes. He started a GoFundMe campaign to pay back the back taxes and successfully reopened the restaurant after settling the debt. The pizzeria posted on Facebook that it is temporarily closed while renovations are underway to convert, he said, our building into a combination pizzeria dispensary, saying that they're looking forward to seeing you soon at our exciting new venture.
And the best part is the pizza doesn't have to be that good.
Yeah. All you got to do is just make it edible.
Yeah. Ketchup, cheese on bread.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously pot brownies exist, pot cookies exist. Could you make pot pizza?
Oh, yeah.
Could you bake it into the crust?
Yeah. I mean.
So could these guys?
Yeah.
And would they?
Well, I don't know about.
That's a lot.
So at the Waken Bakery, they had infused coffee.
Okay.
They had cookies, muffins, all kinds of stuff that you could buy with or without THC in them.
So as a novice to all this stuff, it tends to be smaller food items, right? If you...
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to eat a whole pizza because then you'll just be out of your mind. So
right.
You got to do it in little bits and pieces. But,
I don't know about the concentration case.
You just drop the
how
level.
that works because there are some beverages that are 10 milligrams and other 100 milligrams, and for the same volume.
Well, what I'm saying is you're going to spread that out over an entire pie. Like if you want 10 milligrams, I'm not going to eat I'm not going to eat a whole pizza just to get 10
All right.
milligrams.
How about garlic knots?
Yeah. Well, so a lot of times people infuse it in butter or like olive oil or something like that. I know that when people would make pot brownies, you don't necessarily put the pot in the actual brownie batter. What you do is this is years ago that I know this from. You would cook the pot in the butter.
The butter, right?
And then you
infuse the butter first.
It's like that scene in Footloose when they try to plant a garlic knot on Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And he flushes it down the toilet.
Go ahead and put Heather on hold. I'm going to go to her. She's a weed aficionado. I know you're talking to her right now. Put her on hold. I'll get her on. She can join in. So
you could do stuffed crust pizza, but the stuff could be weed.
Absolutely.
Hey, Sam, put her on hold. I know who she is. Yeah, put her on hold. I'm gonna go to her. Yeah. Hi, Heather. How you doing?
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Good morning. All right, can you answer that question that Nick was asking about? Infusing a pizza.
Yeah, you have to be very careful because when marijuana gets heated up, it decarbs, which the THC becomes active. And if you overcook it, you're going to cook it out. So you have to be very careful. Maybe infuse some hot honey to sprinkle, to drizzle on the pizza.
There you go.
If you're going to do cakes and cupcakes and stuff, infuse the icing, not the actual baked good.
That makes sense.
But there are loads of cookies that you can get.
Yes, there are, but you have to be very careful with that as well.
Okay.
All right. So
taking the proper precautions, you can bake goods and have them infused.
Yes, and then you yourself will become a baked good.
There you go.
It works out.
All right, thank you, Heather. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So maybe pizza could be done if it's done in the right way.
All right.
So De Lorenzo said the combined use with a cannabis dispensary called Vision Cannabis would help cut costs and allow him to keep his decades-old business in the same building. The renovation is expected to be completed by later this month or early October.
I'll be curious to see how this works out because obviously, for the longest time when pot was, and I assume still is, legal in Amsterdam, there were the cafes, right, with all of the baked goods and stuff that weren't necessarily infused with it, but that they're just anticipating you would get the munchies.
Right. Yep, exactly.
And that's how the business flourishes.
All right, so we have our first clip to play, and we're going to see if you can identify what movie this food segment is from. Here we go.
Alphabets. No matter how old I get, always a culinary delight.
All right, 610-660-9333. Let's see if you happen to know. Now, we have a special subsection of the Connoisseur, which I've never done before.
Oh, you're whipping out.
So order up. This is all about sports and food.
Oh, now we're in your territory.
Yeah. So, we're going to start with this story. The latest Phillies food tie-in is called Bader Tots.
Bader Tots.
Heard about this or not?
Yeah.
Bader Tots.
Taryn Hatcher was sampling them in Ashburn Alley the other day, and Taryn is mostly vegetarian, and so they did a special order for her where they didn't put any bacon bits on, but they look damn good.
It's in honor of Harrison Bader. So, tater tots topped with American cheese sauce, crumbled bacon, cheddar cheese, cheddar jack cheese, sour cream, and scallions. And you'll find it at the P.J. Willihan's location in Ashburn Alley. And it is a tip of the hat to Harrison Bader, whose nickname is Tots. The moniker came about in 2018 when Bader was with the Cardinals in St. Louis, and a young fan offered him a tater tot mid-game, and the moment went viral. So that's where he got the name. Bader ran with it. In 2019, Sonic Drive-In partnered with him to create Bader Tots, which were sold at some Sonic locations around St. Louis. The toppings then were chili cheese, ranch, diced onions, and jalapenos. That sounds pretty good, too. Kevin Tedesco, who oversees food and beverage for concessionaire Aramark at Citizens Bank Park, said, talk about tots began shortly after the Phillies acquired Bader from the Twins in July.
There's something about bacon. Have you seen the footage? It is basically like a 5-month-old being given their first piece of bacon. And Preston, you can literally see the kid's face, and the kid doesn't have any comprehension of what it is. You can see, like they light up like, oh my God, what is that? Yeah. That's the power of bacon.
Aramark approached Bader's management, which was amenable to the suggestion, and Kyle Jacobson, the director of marketing at Vayner Sports, which represents Bader, said, we gave them some background on Harrison and how he always was looking to get involved with the local community, and we thought this could be an opportunity for him to really dive headfirst into Philadelphia. Jessica Breslow, chief executive of PJ Willihan's, got on board immediately, and after some back and forth, Bader signed off on the topping. So you can get Bader Tots. They're $12.99. They'll be sold through the rest of the season and their likely playoff run. And proceeds will go to the Christian Rivera Foundation, which is dedicated to finding a cure for DIPG, or diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, a rare, aggressive, and typically fatal pediatric brain cancer. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I really like that guy, man. I didn't know much about him when they made a trade for him. I know that people were like, oh, we needed somebody else.
Yeah.
But this guy's been a revelation. He's batting 282. Yeah,
but since his trade, he's hitting like a 360 or something like that. Like, he's been a real stud for the Phillies. He's a really good pickup.
Here's another sports, food, and drink story. I have the beer prices at every NFL stadium in the country.
All right.
The price of a 16-ounce beer at NFL stadiums for this season ranges from less than $7 to nearly $17. That's for a single beer.
$17 for a single beer.
Yeah. So the cheapest that you will find.
When you have to talk to a loan officer while you're buying beer, it's a little outlandish.
The cheapest you will find is in Cincinnati at Paycor Stadium. It's $6.80.
How big of a beer is that? That's because, usually they're enormous. They're like 24 ounces or whatever.
I don't know,
Okay.
Case.
All right.
I'm assuming this is the price for same size.
That's a great price.
Ounces. So, yeah, this is the average. This is a 16-ounce beer.
Okay.
Okay. So,
How much for a $50 cocktail, Preston?
the most expensive is $16.49, and you'll find that at Northwest Stadium where the Commanders play. Philadelphia falls a little bit above the middle of the pack at number 13. At Lincoln Financial Field, you will pay $11.24 for a 16-ounce beer. The average price for a 16-ounce beer in 2025 is $10.75, which is the same as last year and $1.75 higher than the average of 2023. For comparison, you can pick up a 24-pack of beer for an average price of $16.43 to $33.62, depending on the state. So essentially, you can buy almost a case of beer sometimes for the price of one beer at a.
Well, those prices are also across the board. So if you're getting like a soda or even just a bottle of water, you're going to have to take out a loan.
Also, here's another sports-related food story. Little Caesars has added cheesesteak Crazy Puffs to the menu, available for a limited time. The menu items priced $3.99 for 4 Crazy Puffs. Filled with sliced steak, melted cheese, and onions, and topped with Parmesan. Now, the campaign is headlined by Saquon Barkley, who stars in Little Caesars' latest commercial and will champion the product throughout the season. One of the executives at Little Caesars said, our guests are always looking for value, flavor, and something fun, and these new cheesesteak Crazy Puffs deliver on 3 fronts. So with Saquon helping us bring these to the spotlight, we know fans everywhere will be excited to make them part of their game day ritual. I'm glad they're not calling it the Philly cheesesteak. Crazy Puffs. Just cheesesteak is good enough.
I see Saquon every morning. There's a cardboard cutout of him in my Wawa that I stop at Belmont, and every time that he's there, I turn around and I'm like, who is that? Oh, wait, no, it's just the cardboard cutout. Every single time. It throws me off, and there are 2 cardboard cutouts of Saquon in the Wawa. And
There's
I'm like,
one in our office, isn't there? Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's the one that you're being haunted by.
Yeah.
So the pizza brand is also releasing the ultimate cheesesteak pizza, which is topped with cheesy white sauce, mozzarella, steak, onions, green peppers, and mushrooms, and is available starting at $14.99.
I think I'll pass on that one.
I don't have any Little Caesars that are anywhere near
There's
me.
one down the street here as you go down City Line Avenue, just, I think, right after you cross Haverford. So it's technically in Delaware County. I've never had a Little Caesars
They're
yet.
pretty good.
All right.
They
I
rank,
believe
I mean,
it.
they're geez, listen, the issue is there are many just regular Italian, standalone mom and pop pizza places that are terrific.
Yeah.
So, but to each his own.
Yep. All right, and then
I don't care.
One final sports-related food story. Tyson is welcoming the new NFL season with some special chicken nuggets. The company debuted
This is an outrage.
3 new chicken nuggets inspired by the Broncos, the Packers, and the Eagles. The nuggets are
they actually made of eagle meat?
They're logo shaped.
Oh.
And they joined previously released Kansas City Chiefs and Dallas Cowboys nuggets. For Green Bay fans known as cheeseheads, of course, those nuggets include cheese.
This joins their erotica nugget line with different shaped nuggets. Do you remember there was when you were a kid, they used to have like pre-done meals and they had nuggets in them, and the nuggets would be in shapes. Do you remember this thing?
I don't know. I mean, they make like dinosaur shaped ones for ages.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that was it.
When I was a kid coming up, our nuggets were shaped like drumsticks. I used to love those things. I can't touch them anymore.
Are you talking about like a chicken drumstick?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant actual
No,
the stick for
like a
playing the
chicken drum.
drums.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them in the shape of the members of the Supreme Court.
Maybe they're working on that. I don't know. But yeah, you can get these available at, the nuggets are available at games and regional retailers if you are so inclined. All right, we'll see if somebody knows what movie this clip is from.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is a food clip from what movie?
Alphabets. No matter how old I get, always a culinary delight.
All right, we'll go to Nick. See if he happens to know.
What's going on, guys? Gadsby?
How you doing, Nick?
Good. How are you?
Good, brother. All right, what movie is that from?
That is from Anger Management.
Yeah. Absolutely correct, sir. Hang on the line as we are going to give you a $50 Acme Markets gift card. Hungry and in a hurry, Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickup gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less, fast, fresh, right to your door. Acme Fresh Foods, local flavors. Let's tee up another food-related movie clip. Let's see if you know what this one is from.
Silencio, old man. Look, I just drank my weight in Sunny D, and I gotta go pronto.
Well, you know where the lavatory is.
All right, 610-660-9333 is the number. Order up. So Philadelphia's dining scene is getting some national recognition. Maughan and Meeting House have landed on the New York Times annual list of the best restaurants in the country. So they're
It's about damn time.
Yeah, these are the list of their BYOBs.
Oh.
So at Maughan, Chef Phillies leans into the Cambodian cooking that he grew up with in South Philadelphia while stretching into a broader Southeast Asian palate. The Times highlighted dishes like wild boar proc. And I think that's how you pronounce it. And the Bon Chow crepe salad, calling the menu a tour through the whole roster of bright, salty, sour salads, curries, and hot and cold noodles. That feels like Southeast Asian cuisine as fenceless terrain.
Okay. Coming down from New York years ago, I was amazed at how many BYOBs there were that's not as common, at least when I was growing up. Preston, what about St. Louis? Were there lots of BYOBs?
No, not that I knew of.
Yeah.
None.
Did you ever go to a BYOT by any chance, Preston? Like a Mexican restaurant? You bring your own tequila and they'll mix up margaritas for you? Yeah. I mean, you do have to pay a fee. It's like called a corking fee.
Yeah.
I think they do the same thing at some of those Mexican restaurants as well.
I'm going to a BYO tonight.
Yes, you are.
Going to Fellini.
Yeah.
In media. So in June, the chef, Phillies, won the James Beard Award for Emerging Chef, and just today was named the to Food and Wine's Best New Chefs for 2025.
I know, Press, you're kind of like an amateur mixologist. I would love for you to show up to a BYOB and bring a whole bar with you and just mix up drinks.
A whole bar and just set it up on the table?
Hi, everyone.
And just charge.
Reservations at Maughan are nearly impossible to get. The 1,300 dinner seats released each month disappear in minutes. And the Times endorsement is unlikely to slow down the demand for that.
I wonder if a BYO could win like a Michelin star. Like, are you able to be a world's best restaurant if you don't serve alcohol normally?
I would think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't, but I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of them are BYOs because liquor licenses in Pennsylvania are very expensive.
Oh, so I'm wrong.
And they're very limited.
Okay.
So they don't create liquor licenses. You have to just buy ones that are created already.
Makes sense.
And for them to create them in your county is a pretty big deal. I have a secret for Maughan, too, guys.
What?
The reservations for dinner are really hard. Go for lunch on the weekends.
Oh.
You may have to stand in line for a little while, but people go pretty quickly, and the food is really good. And he just opened a new restaurant, he and his wife Rachel, called Sao, which is right off East Passyunk near Lake Barcelona area.
Marissa, what if you go through Make-A-Wish? Could that expedite it?
Probably.
I mean, if you are suffering from something and this is your dream, then I'm sure they would love to help out.
Also, Kensington's Meeting House, which opened in August of 2023, got some praise. And they said that, according to the Times, they say nothing is basic, and pointed out
Nothing!
The roast beef sandwich, pork and beans, and especially the towering green salad has become a hit. The restaurant from Chef Drew Dimtomo and partners Colin McFadden, Marty West, and Keith Shore took over the former Memphis Tap Room space.
Memphis Tap Room was great, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It isn't the first time Meeting House has attracted national attention. Last fall, Bon Appetit named it one of the best new restaurants in America, praising it as the ideal neighborhood joint with unassumingly excellent pub fare approached with fine dining fastidiousness.
Is Texas Roadhouse the restaurant you end up at the most?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably. I did when the kids were younger.
All right.
But we don't do restaurants that often anymore. So cook on my own a lot. All right. Let's see if somebody knows what movie this food clip is from, or food or drink clip. Drink in this particular instance.
Silencio, old man. Look, I just drank my weight in Sunny D, and I gotta go pronto.
Well, you know where the lavatory is.
All right, we'll go to Ed looking for the answer. Yo, Ed, good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. All right, Ed, do you know what movie that's from?
That'll be Juno.
Juno.
Yeah!
Correct. Hang on. I'm going to give you that $50 Acme Markets gift card. So congratulations to you, sir. All right, let's do another clip. And are we ready?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's see if you know. No, we're doing another clip.
Oh, shoot.
We're going to do another clip first.
My bad.
And then we'll do an ice cream story. Here we go.
You're police, aren't you? Or is it FBI? FBI, CIA, ONI, we're all in the same alphabet soup.
All right. 610-660-9333. Casey?
Yeah.
All right. Couple ice cream stories for you. Van Leeuwen. This is really weird. Van Leeuwen and Carnival Cruise Line are stirring up some end of summer fun with a sunscreen-inspired ice cream flavor.
No.
Right.
No.
Is it coconut?
Well, I immediately, you think of that, whatever alcohol, smell, scent.
I don't like it.
Or how bad that would taste. But what they're going for is more of like that cocoa butter scent. So coconut cream, cocoa butter, vanilla, and sea salt. That actually sounds pretty good. But if you put the name sunscreen on there, I'm immediately not going to order it.
Nick, I know you hate coconut, but man, do I love those coconut popsicles. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, really, really
Yep.
good.
So the quirky flavor layers sweet vanilla with coconut and salty finish, giving off tropical vibes.
I hate coconut.
Without the SPF. It's not for sale just yet, but the brands are encouraging fans to share reactions online to help decide if it should hit the scoop shops.
Toss coconut salad. Fresh coconut milk. New England boiled coconut. I hate coconuts.
All right, there's another Llewellyn story, ice cream. And
what are these, suppositories?
No, they're so to turn the launch of his new album Play into a sweet collaboration, Ed Sheeran is teaming up with Van Leeuwen for an ice cream collab. The new limited time flavor, Pink Play, is a punch flavored treat swirled with dragon fruit and guava cake. Yeah. That's as bold as the album that inspired.
I get it. Everyone enjoying it. I don't like stuff like this. I like the more standard ice cream flavor.
This is more of a sherbet. And a question for you, Preston, is sherbet and sorbet the same thing?
You know what? That is a good question.
No, like one is cream.
Okay.
You've asked that question before, and that's the only reason. That's the only reason I know the answer.
Quit it.
He was Ed Sheeran. That's who this is about. Yeah. He was at one of these Van Leeuwens yesterday, Preston. He posted up on his Instagram, and he was serving up the flavor for the fans.
Is there one around here? Is there?
I've never been to one. I don't
even know where they are.
Yeah, I don't know this brand very well.
So
all my time is spent at Little Caesars.
It follows Van Leeuwen's tradition of music tie-ins, like last summer Sabrina Carpenter espresso flavor.
Espresso coffee I'd be into.
There is a Van Leeuwen 3.6 miles from here, 3.9 miles from here, 4.7 miles from here, 5 miles from here.
What?
Yeah, there's one in Rittenhouse right off the square across from Mac Mart behind DeBruno's.
Okay.
I've never seen them.
Wow.
This blows my mind.
19th and Chestnut, Steve.
One last ice cream story, and it's more of a cookie story, but it's inspired by ice cream. So the Girl Scouts have a new Rocky Road inspired treat.
That's right.
Which is called Explore Moors, and it's joining the Girl Scout lineup in 2026. So the new sandwich cookie is filled with a chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond flavored creme, and will be available nationwide along with other classic Girl Scout cookie flavors starting in January.
Rocky Road?
Online at local in-person pop-up booths, and of course your neighborhood Girl Scout will have them for sale. Also, like the other available options, every box helps fund the local troops, supporting programs and teaching girls leadership, money management, and entrepreneurial skills.
So what are you, a trefoil, a Thin Mint?
I like trefoils a lot. They're the basic kind of shortbread cookie, which I am a fan of.
Can you run the sleeve, as they say?
Yeah, on those, for sure, especially if I have some milk. I like Thin Mints, but I'm not as crazy as most people are over them. I think they're really good.
Yeah. But I do love the trefoils, too.
Yeah. All right, let's see if somebody knows what movie this food clip is from. Here we go.
You're police, aren't you? Or is it FBI? FBI, CIA, ONI, we're all in the same alphabet soup.
He says alphabet soup at the end there. You can barely hear it. I'm going to go to Tony to see if he knows what that is. Hey, Tony. Morning, brother.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo, Tony, we need to know what movie that's from, you know?
I definitely know because I have the director tattooed on my left arm. That's Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest.
You are
well
correct.
done.
You are
Alfred
correct.
Hitchcock tattoo.
Hang on just a moment, and we'll give you that $50 Acme Markets gift card, and you got to check out their flash grocery delivery or pickup. It gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. All right, we'll roll another clip and see if you know what this is from.
We're all just a bunch of degenerates. We are. What about that time I found you naked with that bowl of Jell-O? You did not. This is true. I was hot and I was hungry, okay?
610-660-9333. Call if you know. Order up. So the lab-grown meat industry is struggling, but some companies are getting creative to survive. Vow, which is an Australian company, has taken an unconventional approach by creating exotic products like Japanese quail foie gras and even woolly mammoth meatballs.
And they think this is going to appeal to the wider audience?
Well, listen, the foie gras, I'm down with that because it's lab grown. Like that's, people don't like foie gras because they force feed geese, right? That's how that's made.
Correct.
They feed them to woolly mammoths.
You can do that without harming an animal,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. So their chief technology officer, Inez Lazar, who previously worked at SpaceX and BMW, is applying lessons from aerospace to food production in their Sydney facility that resembles a rocket factory.
You worked in the space program. Make us a good meal.
Creating cultivated meat involves growing cells in stainless steel tanks that replicate an animal's body conditions.
The meat has become self-aware.
Vow's forged gras, that's what they're calling it instead of foie gras.
I get it, forged.
Forged gras takes 79 days to produce and sells for $12 to $32 per ounce in Singapore right now. The company claims to have the world's largest food-grade cell culture reactor at 20,000 liters, capable of producing over 2,000 pounds of meat.
Well, the process, though, the only way to begin the process is to beat a mouse to death with a hammer.
Oh, okay.
And to me, that seems counterproductive.
However, scaling up to compete with conventional meat remains challenging for most companies in the sector.
The lab-grown... I mean, some of this stuff is weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It tastes good. I don't mind.
Some of the stuff
I've never tried it, but have you tried it?
No, but
okay.
I'm saying theoretically. Like I've eaten the Impossible and I like the Beyond, and I don't think they taste like regular hamburger.
Right.
But I do like the taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know, for some reason I make a disconnect.
The process it weirds you out a little bit.
It would seem weird to be eating a woolly mammoth steak.
Yeah, the meat part is a little bit weird, but the reality is like, and most of what we're eating is lab grown anyway. It's like all chemicals and, unless you're going like fully organic or whatever.
I don't know. All right, let's see if we can get a winner from this clip. Here we go.
We're all just a bunch of degenerates. We are. What about that time I found you naked with that bowl of Jell-O? You did not. This is true. I was hot and I was hungry, okay?
All right, we're going to go to Marianne to try and get an answer. Hi there, Marianne.
Hi.
All right, Marianne.
That would be.
What's that?
Yep, I'm so excited. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. What movie is it from?
Real Genius.
I love it. Absolutely. Hang on just a second, and we'll get you that $50 Acme Markets gift card. You got to check out their flash grocery delivery or pickup. It gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. All right, one more clip to play, and let's see if you can identify this one. You ready? Okay.
Gee, Max, is that big foot of your stomach? Man, I'm starving. Alphabet soup coming up.
A lot of alphabet soup.
That's the second alphabet soup.
Yeah.
All right. I will be surprised if we get a winner on that.
All right.
Do you guys understand the theme today?
Alphabets, Sunny D, alphabet soup, Jell-O.
Yeah.
The letters.
Yay!
Nice, Marissa.
Well done.
Marissa tries to throw in a theme from time to time.
A to Z.
Back to school A to Z. There it is.
Oh, my God.
Nice, Marissa. All right. Order up. Last order up. Now, I don't have a fast food roundup because I only have one story concerning fast food, so we don't have to do the full roundup thing. But to determine, so this is it. I have the list of the fast food capitals of the United States. These are where the states that enjoy fast food the most.
Okay.
So to determine these hot spots, a team from QR Code Generator crunched the numbers, comparing the number of popular fast food restaurants in each state to its population to find out which ones have the most per 100,000 residents. Okay, so these are where you will find the most fast food restaurants. Any guess? I wouldn't even know where to start.
I'm trying to figure out a metric that would make sense, but and I've been I've been everywhere, man. But I don't. Nothing's coming to mind.
So the fast food capital of America is West Virginia.
West Virginia.
I should have guessed it.
That would have been one of my last guesses.
Just because you've seen,
every rest stop, every exit off of the interstates, and really every town. It's just a go-to. It's easy.
Yeah, with 49.4% fast food chains per 100,000 people. 49.04 fast food chains per 100,000 people. So the most popular chains in the Mountain State are Subway, McDonald's, and Wendy's. But West Virginia's love for the drive-thru may not be good for its residents' waistlines. Porcar points out that according to the latest data from the CDC, the state has the highest rate of obesity in the country.
How? They're living on Wendy's.
It's cheap food that's high in fat and calories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the top 10. You have West Virginia, then Kentucky, Kansas, Mississippi, Ohio, Indiana, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, and the only one that's not, I mean, we have like 2 Midwest, but most of these are in the South. But Wyoming is the only one that's out west.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that series, the people that fed America, the History Channel series, they talked about Wendy's and how Wendy's adopted a very innovative strategy to where to place their restaurants. A lot of times they would go into more depressed areas that where other restaurants would not go.
Okay.
And they cleaned up. So Wendy's was going into, that's a kind of a dicey area. They'd go in there and they'd be one of
just
maybe
kill.
Yeah, and just kill.
Wow. All right, we'll see if we can get a winner. This is our last clip. All right here.
Gee, Max, is that big foot of your stomach? Man, I'm starving. Alphabet soup, come on up.
All right, let's go to Julia to get an answer. Hi, Julia. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Julia, what movie?
Is it a Goofy movie?
Goofy movie.
How did you get that?
Correct.
That sounds like Goofy to me.
Hang on a second, and we are going to give you that $50 Acme Markets gift card. Hungry and in a hurry, Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery Pickup gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. Fast, fresh, right to your door. Acme, fresh foods, and local flavors.
Speaking of Acme, Dorothy is in our Acme Lounge, and breakfast is provided by Acme Markets right here in
I
Kenwood.
love that. Was this ever explained? I mean, don't want to go off on a tangent here, but how do Pluto and Goofy exist in the same universe?
You're allowed to have 2 dogs, right? Two
But
different breeds.
Goofy himself is a dog.
Yeah.
So that's not his dog, is it?
No, it's a whole subplot in Stand By Me. They talk about it.
They sit around the fire and talk about that.
Yeah.
And what do they determine?
There's
no determination.
There's no determination. It's mentioned. They're talking about things that kids that age talk about. One of them is what food would you want to have for the rest of your life? And it was cherry-flavored Pez.
Pez.
Of course. Cherry-flavored Pez. No question. And then, of course, they ask about Goofy and Pluto. All right, that's it for The Connoisseur.
Right.
So thank you for joining us for this. We have a lot to get to. As Casey said, Dorothy is in the green room. We're going to let her come in here and get set up and do a little sound check. And then we're going to come back. We're going to have live music from Dorothy.
Fantastic.
Shortly after that, from your Philadelphia Phillies, Mr. Garrett Stubbs is going to be joining us as well. And we'll throw in a bizarre file and some back-to-school A to Z music on top of that. We're in the summer portion of it. We'll be right back. Stay put. Good idea?
Well, for some people, it does. It gives you that relief and you get exhausted and you can fall asleep afterwards.
Okay, so it's not off the table, right?
Right.
Okay,
right.
thank God. No, so to me, I guess the presumption that you're doing something that would bore you, or at least
Right.
Could you? So anything with a screen though is going to be like if you were to put on a documentary on drywall and watch that.
I mean, maybe, but we always talk about the blue light.
Okay.
telling your brain it's time to wake up. Like any light. So that's why you do want to keep the lights dim and
Jenny,
everything like that.
What about this? And I thought this article would touch on this, but it really didn't. But what about you wake up like 15 minutes before your alarm goes off. And
Yeah, that's a tough one. Normally, I would say just get up because it's better to go with your body's natural cycle rather than start falling back asleep for another 10 minutes and then you're more groggy, kind of those 15 minutes later.
So, Jenny, my internal clock wakes me up just about a minute, 2 minutes ahead of my actual alarm, which is actually a nice thing. I can shut it off before it startles me, and that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
So, okay, so that's a desirable thing.
You trained your body when to get up.
All right, excellent. All right, cool.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you, Jenny.
Thank you guys for sharing these good tips.
Bye-bye,
Jenny.
Bye-bye, Jenny. Hang on. Let me go to Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Good morning.
Hi, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. What's up, buddy?
Hey, so I actually have this condition called sleep paralysis.
Okay.
And it's basically when your brain is awake, but your body is still in that REM sleep cycle. So your body's pretty much locked up.
Okay.
And sometimes I will actually... I'll wake up in sleep paralysis when my alarm's going off, and I can't turn it off at all.
Wow. You're actually sort of paralyzed?
Yeah, I can't move at all. I can move my eyes around and everything else, but I just can't move my body.
That's got to be terrifying.
Do you know what's happening?
Yeah. I know exactly when it's happening.
Fell asleep.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, Patrick, you ever had someone speaking to you, and then later on you can tell them what they were saying?
Yeah, my girlfriend actually. Sometimes she talks in her sleep, and I can hear every word, and I just can't move my body.
Wow,
yeah, Patrick, it has to be kind of a wild picture to see you there locked up with your eyes open, her asleep, talking away. It's got to be a weird dynamic. Yeah.
All right. So, what are the dangers that come with sleep paralysis?
I don't think there's really any dangers.
Okay.
Since your body is still in the REM sleep cycle, you can have hallucinations. I've seen a few, shadows on the wall or whatever, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm kind of used to it now.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. And how long have you been suffering from this?
Since I was a kid.
No kidding.
It's interesting. You wonder with things like this when people talk about seeing,
Thanks, Patrick.
With apparitions or whatever. I wonder, how much of that is born of conditions like this.
Yeah, good question. I'm going to go to Gene, who has insomnia. Hey, Gene, good morning.
You're a crumb creep.
You're a lush.
Lush.
Yeah.
I'll take you out back and make you go to sleep.
What's happening, Gene?
You're a creep. Preston, every night I wake up sometime between 2 and 4. I don't have to get out of bed until 5:30.
Oh.
So do you go back to sleep, Gene, or are you able to?
Generally not.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just lay there. I never got out of bed and did anything like the psychologist
Try that.
suggested.
Are you willing to?
I will.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'd never crossed my mind. I always thought that the idea was to stay where you are and just try to settle back in.
Work through it.
Yeah.
The worst thing I did, the doctor prescribed me something called Ambien.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that is a nasty, nasty pill.
Maybe you could try counting sheep.
1, 2, 3.
There it is.
There you go.
It didn't work, Steve.
That was it.
But give this thing a shot. But Ambien was that was nasty for you?
Every day after, I would rather not sleep than have a day after taking one of those. It's like you have a really bad hangover the entire day. Just the side effects really outweighed the benefit.
Yeah, people with chronic insomnia who have to deal with that issue, to me, to know, usually the joy of being able to go up and get into bed and you're going to relax down and rest, that's the absolute opposite for someone who has insomnia.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Gene. We appreciate the call. Good luck with everything.
Creep, lush coward.
That's your sleep therapist.
Yeah. So anyhow, obviously there's some things you can do, but getting up and moving around is one that you wouldn't consider.
Right.
The right thing to do. The breathing technique as a good one. Maybe a quick square dance. Alaman left, maybe. So anyhow. Take those for what you will if you've been having problems. We do need to take a break and come back in a second because we have a guest. We're going to meet the new head coach of the Flyers.
Yeah.
We had an interesting conversation with Bill Clement about him last week. So we'll see if he lives up to that reputation. John Tortorella will be with us when we get back. Stay with us.
WMMR. Ever wondered where to get the latest MMR gear?
There wasn't any toilet paper.
You need to understand.
And
don't tell anyone.
Dude, you laughed so hard. You were just...
You're so vulnerable.
I was at my most vulnerable ever.
Give me a hug.
Come here. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Come here.
All right. So anyhow, so you had this happen, and I saw this article with some pretty interesting tips. It says, instead of descending into self-loathing, have an action plan. Here's what to do when there's no toilet paper in your bathroom stall. So
well,
they
this
have
can be
some
very
suggestions.
helpful. Good.
Yes.
I think everyone can use this at some point in time.
So I'm going to read from this article verbatim
Right.
because there are some good tips here. And feel free to share your own stories if you like. 215-263-WMMR. So it says in this article, number one, first thing is ask for help. It says if you're alone in the restroom, the obvious first step is to check other stalls for supplies. If you're not alone, just call on the love of your fellow humans. If there's someone else in the restroom, swallow your pride, make a polite request for assistance. It says you may you may feel embarrassed,
right?
But we all have to move our bowels at some point. It's significantly better than the next few options that are going to be explored in this article.
I think all things being equal, I think you would attempt to help out someone were you outside the stall and someone called for help from you. It's just the kind of thing that we could all commiserate on.
Agreed.
Right?
So swallow your pride, swallow your embarrassment, go ahead.
Swallow your fist.
And just ask for some help and see if some stranger in there has some toilet paper. Now, if there's no one in there,
right,
and you can't leave the stall for whatever reason, then your next step to contemplate is non-standard paper products.
Which is the thing that rifles through everyone's mind. What can you possibly use
to wipe my ass?
Right.
Well, sometimes you have the ass gasket. It's just sitting there, right?
Have you ever used an ass gasket?
Let me go through these.
Yeah.
Number one, toilet seat covers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ass
so we
gasket.
have them.
And these are in order, by the way, of which ones you should use. Okay. Given your druthers,
right,
that's the first one you should go for. And they give reasons why.
Okay, please.
These are your best option if available. They are sanitary and flushable.
Are they?
So they're really just oddly shaped toilet paper anyway.
All right, hold for
and
one.
They're probably the smoothest option as far as comfort level goes.
All right. So this actually adds something that makes me angry now. Because I will go in, and many is the time I'll go in and see the ass gasket still on the toilet.
Still there.
Now knowing that it's flushable makes it even more.
And even if it wasn't, just go throw it.
Get rid of it.
Way. Some people's public bathroom habits, specifically
here
in buildings where they are regular tenants.
Yes.
They're here working every day. And I see the regular stuff happening all the time. And I'm like, honestly, really? Seriously? Seriously?
Filthy animal.
It's basic.
Yeah.
It's seriously basic to flush the toilet. That's what that handle is there for. Or take away. It's like going out in the woods. Leave no trace.
Leave no trace.
Right? It's a pretty easy concept.
And usually it's
keep it clean.
When you walk in, it's very anonymous. You have no idea who left the mess or
unless
whatever.
you sign the wall.
But I was washing my hands one time, and somebody came in, used the stall to go number one, and left the toilet seat up, and then left. And I'm like, ugh, just put the toilet seat down.
That's not as bad as
I agree.
Still,
yeah.
I know, but you're making somebody else touch that toilet
Well,
seat.
you're going to be communing with it in some form or another. Your body will be. So I got it. I understand. Technically, yes, you're right.
It's
but that doesn't set me off.
That one's nominal.
Yeah.
I think. All right. So then you have your second option outside of the toilet seat cover, paper towels. Obviously.
Okay, you're saying what you're saying. This list says is more corrosive or more irritating than the ass gasket.
Yeah, if you grab some paper towels, it says from the sink area, you have a scratchy but effective substitute.
Would you moisten said paper towels?
You can minimize the roughness by them a little damp before using. So
and that's
yes,
what I would do.
Which is was attempting to do when Casey came into the bathroom and saw my full frontal moment.
I had a similar moment to that where the person was getting paper towels, not for the reason that you were getting them, a different female reason. And she looked at me and she went, "I'm so sorry. Do not talk about this on the air." And I was like, got it. Check.
All right, now here may be one that you did not consider. All right, and this is what actually made me go, okay, this might be worth mentioning on the air, this whole conversation. The cardboard roll. Now, this is when you're getting down to, I have no options here. So the bare cardboard toilet paper roll might be mocking you from the dispenser, but you can use it for an extremely unpleasant wiping experience.
How would you extricate it? Like we have our
It depends on what you have. Ours is industrial size.
You can't
So
get in
I
there.
don't think you'd be able to do that. It's the type of thing that if you have yoga classes that it's like you can roll your back on, like it's that, you know what I'm talking about? Kathy?
Yeah. So unless you have an deal,
well, let's take a look at
is that going to help?
But it says, what's going on this morning?
Good news. Those 676 and 76 off ramps and on ramps are open again. So just some residual traffic around there. We have some slowing on the Vine from Broad Street out to 76 eastbound on the Schuylkill from the Boulevard out to Vine, westbound from University to Vine and Boulevard out to Belmont. Then 95 southbound from the Betsy Ross Bridge to Allegheny. This traffic report is brought to you by Macy's. Macy's one-day sale has great deals on fall's top trends like jackets, diamond bracelets, and comfy sheets. And earn star money faster. Exclusions apply, including gift cards, services, and fees. Today at Macy's. Not your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Marissa. We are delighted to have back in our studio once again a performer who is going to be at the TLA tonight with her band. Show is at 8 o'clock. You will not want to miss out on it. Please welcome back to our studio. And by the way, multiple MMRBQ performer. Dorothy is here.
We made it.
Yes, you made it. Dorothy and Sam Bam Colton as well on guitar. Who's going to be performing here in just a little bit. It is wonderful to see you.
It's good to see you again. Thanks for having us.
How's the tour been treating you? Life
really
on the
good.
bus, yeah?
We have the funniest tour manager on the planet, and I think I broke a rib laughing. So
that's good.
So it's great for singing, you know.
Broken ribs.
Tour managers they got to make sure that everything is in place.
Yes, and their like vibe kind of like sets the tone for the tour, but they also have to deal with everyone's crap. So if you don't like tour managing, please don't do it because there's so many bad ones, and we got lucky with a really good one.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You were saying
everyone give it up for Taylor.
Yeah. What's up, Taylor?
You were saying you still feel the motion of the bus even when you're not in it.
It's like sea legs. It's weird. It's like I just stepped off the cruise ship, which I'll never do again.
Taylor, by the way, looks like he could crack some skulls if he needed to do that.
How much can you deadlift, bro?
800 pounds.
Wow.
So basically
Good
8
Lord.
Dorothys.
Also security. Yeah.
Dorothy, so the new record is called The Way. It's the entire thing is out now. Did you guys do the little bit at a time release, as is the way things kind of roll out these days?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had the whole record done, and then I think the first single was Mud.
Okay.
I don't know. I had 3 hours of sleep. I'm sure it was Mud. And then, we're like, well, okay, what's the next radio single? And then it was a little back and forth with the label. And I'm like, we have to get Bones on the radio. It's my favorite song on the album. It's got a great, catchy hook, and it was everyone's favorite like rock radio single. So
well, you
we're
guys
very lucky.
You added a lot of crunch to the record this time around.
That's Scott Stevens.
Yeah,
it's a crunch. Yes,
no kidding. I mean, it's got it does not let up. The Way is the only song that kind of
the ballad
pulls back a little bit. But
I had a great team. Got Chris Baseford who mixed it, and it's just I had a great team. Again, Scott Stevens produced the record. I co-wrote it with him and some of the guys in Nashville. It was just like came together very nicely.
Awesome.
I want to ask with concerning singles. I know reading an interview you were talking about this album and that it was very single heavy. There's
oriented.
A good number of that. But do you set to write out with the single in mind, or is it always about the theme or the feeling or the overall conceit of the album, and then a bunch of usable singles is just happenstance?
It was my intention. You can blame Sum 41, all killer, no filler. Great record. And I said, hey, Stevens, like, all killer, no filler. I want to have
Right.
no skips. Like I would like a no skip album. And so I had that in mind. And then all I had was the title. I knew the title was the way. And I sent that to Blair Daly, who's part of the Four Horsemen in Nashville. And that he wrote that ballad based on the title I sent him. And so it ended up being the title track too.
So concerning the way and that concept, and you it's sort of love letter to your fans, and also just about sort of life in general, the way, and I know there's spiritual references in that concept as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a moment, I think I mentioned to a couple of guys on the show, or just whoever happened to be hanging around backstage at the barbecue, and you were on stage, and artists have their banter with the audience and know how to do it. And when you were talking to the audience, I paused, and it was so heartfelt and so nice and so genuine that it really, and I tell people about it to this day, it just really caught me that you were sincerely trying to be uplifting and positive with the audience. And is that something that has grown with you over your return to spiritualism, or has that always been part of the Dorothy legend?
No, it wasn't always part of it at all. It's something that I just kind of like learned. I'm like, hey, if you have a microphone and you kind of have a platform, I think you have a responsibility to use it to help people. And it sounds cliche, but so I that's my intention every time. And if I don't feel like I have something good to say, I really try not to talk.
Right. Well, it's funny because also watching the video for Tombstone Town, which is, I hadn't seen it. I was just doing research. That is a really theatrical, really like dark, badass. Vengeance. Do you have any yearnings to do acting? Because you are.
Oh my gosh.
There's a story in it.
Yeah, it's based on a true story. The guy apologized. Don't worry. He apologized to me, and he's doing better now.
It's a guy who cheated on you.
I prayed for him a lot. He's doing better now, and I accepted the apology, and that's why at the end of the video I said she shouldn't kill him. She should just like have mercy on him and walk away.
Okay,
and that's kind of the lesson, I guess, is like you don't need to take revenge. I think people that do bad things to other people, they reap what they sow,
right?
And they get doled a karma card. So, that was kind of that was the plot twist in the video. At the
You have
end.
any desires to be the next John Wick?
Yes, sign me up. I will definitely audition for that.
But
anytime.
as Steve said, do you want to try acting? You want to try your hand at that?
I've done some.
Okay.
There's an IMDb page floating around somewhere. No major roles yet, but I have, and it was so much fun. And when I was younger, I used to do extra work on all these band music videos. Like, you're gonna laugh. I was in a My Chemical Romance video, Rob Thomas, 3 Doors Down.
That's all good.
And then as like a teenager, late teens, and I was like, this is really fun. And I didn't realize that life was preparing me for what I was going to do later. And so it, because you're on set for a long time, and you get to see how these music videos are made. So
where were you at the time? Where were you living? You were in LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't pay very well for extras.
Right.
They don't. It's a tough gig. But
living in Los Angeles, you were born in Hungary, in Budapest,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
At what age did you move to the States?
I think I was about 4.
Okay,
with my mom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so little kid, and you guys moved to LA, or did you move around the States?
San
a little
Diego.
bit? San Diego. Okay, so California girl, pretty much.
SoCal.
Okay, nice. Do you ever get back to Hungary for family or anything like
I
that?
have. I've visited. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. If you've never been to Budapest, it's beautiful.
I was just 2 years ago, took the Tauk River cruise, and we spent a ton of time in Budapest. It's friggin' amazing.
Yeah, they shoot a lot of movies there.
Yeah. So I assume you have your SAG card and everything. You're good to.
No.
You don't?
Nope.
What?
One day.
All right.
Bucket list.
So who introduced? Was it your dad who was really responsible for weaving music into your life and introducing you?
Well, I mean, I think my mom did that thing where she played classical music when she was pregnant with me. Like, listen to Beethoven here; it'll make you smarter. But my stepdad had a big vinyl record collection. I mean, he had everything, like Bob Marley and Bob Dylan, and just Boz Scaggs and Frank Sinatra and just everything.
Would he listen with you? Was there like
no,
was there something you shared?
No, he's like, I don't touch it, and I'm like, I'm touching it. Don't touch my record collection, and I'm like, Bob Marley and the Wailers. I'm gonna go listen to this now.
How supportive were they, your family, your parents specifically, when you decided I'd like to take a shot at this?
Well, obviously, I'm definitely the black sheep of the family because it was like, get good grades, go to college, and I was like, I'm doing the opposite. is it? And then my mom's always been super supportive, and but I didn't come from like a musical family that was in the atmosphere and nurtured, and so it was something that I don't know. I think I just kind of like grabbed every CD I could because I'm a 90s kid and I would get them used. So I'd spend like $3 on a CD with my allowance and I would learn how to sing whatever,
Yeah.
And the first rock thing I ever heard was Pink Floyd, Great Gig in the Sky.
Oh, wow.
I remember the vinyl record, the triangle, like when it came out. So it was an old one,
Loved it.
Smelled weird. It was like awesome.
I forgot about buying used CDs.
Oh, yeah. All the time. All
scratched
Shout
up
out to Lose Records in Encinitas. And they would have tons of CDs for $1, $2, $3. So I got like...
You used to be able to go, and we talked about this, the thrill of just going to, in my day, but it was the thrill to go to Tower Records, to go and spend literally hours just going through the different stuff.
I never got to do the Tower Records thing. I'm so bummed. Amoeba Records, I did get to go to.
Okay. Was it a big record store?
In Hollywood, yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's good enough.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, and this is fact or fiction, your first entree into any sort of vocalization was yodeling?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't do it right now.
What drew you to yodeling?
Leanne Rhymes.
Oh yeah.
When I say eclectic taste in music, I was
Yeah.
just like, I want to learn to sing that.
Yeah, Blue was the first big hit from her, and that had yodeling in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cowboy Sweetheart has a lot of yodeling. It's a
Okay.
hard one to sing.
So you don't not work in the yodeling angle that much these days?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yodeling is you're going between regular voice and falsetto and
That's right.
up and down and up and down, and
Yes,
it's
how
really
do you
hard to
know
pull that off. I'm a former yodeler. I'm admitting this now. And like Dorothy, I'm out of practice, and you're not getting it today. None of it. I actually have an apology that I would like to make to you.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I'm going to tell her?
Yeah,
Lay it
because
on me.
I did the same thing right after you did it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a back-to-back 1-2 punch.
So you played at our last barbecue, and we, as the air staff of WMMR, are very busy at that time of day. They've got us doing stuff, some live broadcast hits. We have our own side stage. We're manning that. So we're bouncing around the venue all over the place. And we will, a few of the artists will come backstage and do a quick meet and greet, maybe an interview, and we'll get a picture and say hello and all that. And so you came out and you were wonderful, and we said hello, and we were chatting real quick, and we had been bouncing around all over the place. And as you were saying your goodbyes and you were walking out, I go, have a great show. You had already done your show. And I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I think
He was mortified.
I think you shot me a look. And I was like, and somebody turned to me and goes, dude, they already played.
That
and I
was
was like,
Marissa.
oh my God.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't remember, so it's all good.
Okay, good.
Are those in general like the barbecue and shows where, a little bit of a festival vibe? Is that a blast for you guys?
It's a blast, and it's nerve wracking. It's it just depends on the day, on the crowd. The crowd energy, like, it kind of sets the tone.
What's the blast and what's the nerve-wracking part?
When it's kind of throw and go at a festival, it's like, oh, you don't get a sound check, just go play.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, you can't hold that much. Yeah.
Sweet, let's do it. But it's always that's what we do.
I mean, sound check it's absolutely key to a live show. It's because otherwise you spend the first 2 songs going, I need more of this in my monitor. I need this and that,
It's just, does my microphone work?
Yeah.
Am I alive? Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, speaking of live, you are going to perform for us this morning. We get a song from you. What would you like to play, Dorothy?
Oh, well, Bones. Bones. Which is good. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself.
Tonight at the TLA, Dorothy on stage. But for now, live here in the Preston and Steve studios. Here we go.
I can't run from the things I've done, and I won't apologize for who I've become. Once down in the bottom of the bottle, back then it was a matter of survival, but now I see how far I've come. I lay myself in the river I was. But some things are better when they break you, not for the hurt, but the breakthrough. I found the hope that I had lost. I lay myself in the river, wash those sins off me, pulled myself from the bottom, broke every chain on me. I walked through fire, I walked alone. My heart won't rest till my blood runs cold. I'm never giving in. It isn't in my bones. 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 This is for the heart I let you burn when I was dreaming, for the ways that I denied myself. Yeah, no remorse, no regrets. I forgive every word you said. Lay myself in the river, wash those sins off me. Pull myself from the bottom, broke every chain on me. I walked through fire, I walked alone. My heart won't rest till my blood runs cold. I'm never giving in. It isn't in my bones. 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 Some things are better when they break you, not for the hurt, but the breakthrough. I'm never giving in. It isn't in my bones.
93.3 WMMR.
Good morning.
Dorothy, you nailed it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're beating yourself up, and you sound great.
Yeah, singers in morning usually don't mix very well at all, but that was fantastic.
Thanks for having us.
Bones, of course, absolutely. We're delighted to have you guys here this morning. They're playing the TLA tonight, going all over the country. Make sure you get your tickets and go and enjoy. She and Sam Bam and the rest of the crew. Is that your actual middle name, Bam, or is that?
No.
I didn't think so. Sam
And
Bam
I don't have
Colton.
a middle name because
You don't have-
Hungarians don't give them. So we need to pick one right now.
Hungarians don't give middle
What's
names?
my middle name?
Wow.
Marie. Dorothy Marie.
How about Leanne Rhymes?
Dorothy Leanne Rhymes has a ring to it.
Yeah,
It just rolls off the tongue.
Done.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming by this
you so
morning, getting up
much.
early. We appreciate it. And we love you so much, and continued success. Have a good one, guys. Thanks. It's Dorothy. Right here, live on the President Steve Show, WMMR, TLA tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more of the Back to School A to Z, and Stubbs will be joining us as well. Stay there. You can make it marginally more comfortable with some strategic dampening. But if you have to, you can use, and that's more like the standard home version of toilet paper. That cardboard roll.
Right.
You can kind of tear it apart.
And it's different sheets. I mean, and that's, you're really slumming it at that point, but when you have no options, you have no options.
All right. Then moves on to another level.
Oh, can I guess?
Yes.
The floor tiles.
No.
No.
It says, let's say you've wandered into some sort of Mad Max restroom where there are no paper products at all, not even the cardboard roll, and you've started your business and you haven't noticed it and it's too late. It says a wasteland of bacteria and shame.
Oh, boy.
It's time then to search for a hidden reservoir of paper on your person. Check your pockets and your wallet for anything that could be used.
That dump just cost me $150.
Well, it goes through some.
Really?
Options here. So,
All right.
starts with tissues. Says this one's pretty obvious. Of course, if you have a pack of tissues in your coat pocket, your toilet experience won't be so traumatic.
Do you have tissues with you? Do you have a handkerchief with you?
I don't.
I have tissues in my bag.
Ladies usually do in their bag.
So walk over to the ladies' room with your pants around your ankles.
You could do that if you're desperate. All right. How about this? And I never would have thought of this. Receipts. If you went to CVS right before you hit the loo,
you're good to go.
you're in luck. You can wipe for days.
You can wipe other people's butts.
It says paper receipts aren't ideal.
No.
But they can get the job done. It says, sure, you might not be able to return those ill-advised impulse purchases, but you will have defeated entropy for one more day, and that's not nothing. So if you have that, you're available. Now, how about this? Rappers.
I don't see. I hear this. I never have any of this.
Similarly, yeah, but you may, at that moment, you may have just stuck something into your pocket. You may have just picked something up, and you might have it in your pocket. It's worth looking for.
All right.
Similarly, candy wrappers or other packaging that you've got in a bag or in your pocket may also provide a bit of emergency relief here. And then, Steve, the one that you mentioned at the top, cash. Says, yes, that makes this the most expensive public restroom you've ever used, but wasting a few $1 bills might be worth it in this instance. If you don't have any singles, you're going to have to engage in a very serious conversation with yourself regarding the price of your dignity.
Man, would it be better to keep a couple of blank checks in your wallet?
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to go to some calls, and I'll come back to couple of other ideas. Well, actually, let me get to these ideas because them have to do with people, what people are saying and when they call in. So another one says you can do a make a do-it-yourself bidet.
So this was something I was wondering about. Listen, you've now become subhuman. But you've got to do everything you can to clean yourself properly and leave with some peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you then you have to think, okay, the water in the toilet.
Right.
Right?
All right. So
is that where we're going?
No, not at first. It says if you happen to have a bottle of water on you,
all right,
consider using it to clean up without paper. Water is pretty effective at this, which is why billions of people around the world use it instead of or in combination with toilet paper.
So this
could be a choice.
For me, I always go to the bathroom and I bring a pressure washer with me.
Oh, good call.
So I would use that first.
If you had to, I think you can flush the toilet.
Yes, exactly.
And then you have a fresh bowl of water.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to have to use your hand.
Yes, but you could wash your hands once you got out.
You can wash your hands as soon as you get out.
In fact, you dive over to that sink.
So you that is a one of the last ditch. desperation moves.
Can I say I think we're saving lives here today?
I think so.
I think we're
These are
saving
good.
lives because these are legitimate. When you encounter it, you're going to say, oh, this is frivolous talk, until you find yourself perhaps, and God, I hope it doesn't happen later on today, having to manually bidet your ass with toilet water.
Well, that's how some
You're gonna
cultures
thank us.
will do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, my friend she spent a long time in India. And I think that's maybe why they don't ever shake hands with their left hand, because that is your ass wiping hand.
There are some cultures, yes, that they use their hand for quote unquote grooming.
Your AWH.
And that is, what is that?
Your ass wiping hand.
Your AWH.
But they'll have
Is that your AWH?
It's your
I'm
aw.
sorry.
Your aw for short.
I don't want to shake people's hands anyway. Now I really don't want to with AWH. Now that I know about that.
Well, it's just the left hand. The right hand is usually okay.
No,
But
that's
they'll take
completely
water,
fine.
That has COVID on it.
Splash it up.
Yeah.
That's your BTH, your ball tickling hand.
Yeah. Kathy.
All right, and then your BTH. And then finally, and this is the one a lot of people are calling and texting about, sacrifice your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
No.
What?
No.
This is the most dumbest story ever. This is not happening.
Did you not just hear
Kathy,
saved lives.
people
honestly
agreeing that we're saving
Honestly,
lives?
what?
What would you do?
This isn't going to happen.
She would wait. She would stay.
Such a denier.
She would stay in the stall until the building was demolished.
Let's say you had an emergency, I got to get to the toilet right now.
I would
have
go
no choice.
home.
And you, no,
I would.
You're going to crap your pants is what I'm saying.
I'm not going to crap. I don't have situations where I'm going to crap my pants. That doesn't happen.
She's not realistic.
No, I am realistic. I don't have
She
situations
can will it
where
to happen.
crap my pants.
She will make it go back up.
There are times,
but I will tell you because the
What if you're sick?
well, hold on. All the time. If I go into a public restroom, I check first if there's toilet paper, because not for what you guys are talking about, just going to the bathroom, urinating. It's
sage advice.
If I don't have toilet paper and I have wet underwear, it ruins my day. It's so uncomfortable.
Okay.
So I check every time I go in here. If I'm at Target, wherever I am, a concert, whatever it is, I will check when I go into the stall if there's toilet paper there.
So she's something that really is the first step.
Well, yeah.
That you and you may not think about it. Make sure you. Now, this is obviously we've gotten past that, and you didn't. But you can head all this off of the pass if you make sure that you have, and if it's not in your stall or whatever, go to the stall that has it, or work out your things ahead of time. But Kathy, you're in a situation as where Preston said. Let's say you have. You just got food poisoning. It came on you like a bolt of lightning, and
Apparently that has never happened to her in her 30 years.
How would you extricate yourself from the scenario?
But that would be a pretty unfortunate string of events that you all of a sudden have food poisoning and no toilet paper and you're out of your house.
Yes.
Like I just don't see
And you're in a
happening.
foreign country.
And listen, I understand it might happen to some people.
You're in India.
Hopefully that never happens to me.
And you've sprained your AWH.
So anyhow, if it did happen to you, Kathy, you might consider this, okay?
All right, yes. Always wear something you don't like.
Using your socks. And this goes in kind of like an order of what you might want to go to.
Let me ask you, have you ever, under the stall, pulled the sock off someone in the stall next to you?
I need this.
Yes,
I've not.
I need this badly.
I'm going to be taking this.
I mean, this has happened to me in my home. It's not even a private, restroom or I'm
You
sorry,
really have no
a
excuse
public
to
restroom.
wipe your clothing in your own home.
But I have gone into the bathroom, sat down, started my business. Oh my God, there's no toilet paper.
Right.
Because apparently I'm the only one in the entire household who replaces any toilet paper.
So clothing, let's go the hierarchy, Preston.
Socks.
Socks.
Start with that.
Number one.
Says your best choice once you've hit this bottom because they come in pairs. And once you're done cleaning up, you can carefully insert the dirty sock inside its mate, making it easy and relatively sanitary for the garbage. So you could take your other sock, you put the dirty sock in the clean sock, throw it in the garbage can,
and you're done.
And then you're good to go. And listen, you were going to lose the other sock anyway because
you look very sort of stylish in a Bruno Maglia, right? Maglia, what do they call it? Hey, so
would you use the inside of the sock or the outside of the sock?
I would
inside, softer,
so you can still wear them.
I think the inside is a little softer. Than
A sock wouldn't be my first choice. I think I would use
suit jacket.
A suit jacket first because I hate suit jackets.
All right. Next would be underwear.
Yeah, I would probably go underwear first.
Reasoning that your underpants are going to be ruined anyway if you do nothing. Maybe make their sacrifice really count. But Casey, dude, I wear Tommy John underwear. I like good underwear.
I hear you.
So sue me because I spend a lot of money on my underwear, but they're really expensive.
Wait a second.
I want to ruin my underwear.
He does make a good point, Casey. I would actually say that a good pair like Tommy John, and I agree with you 1,000%, Preston, how comfortable they are. I think they might be softer than your socks, than your average socks.
You should really
but
try
they're way more expensive, so I wouldn't want to do that.
You should really try Fruit of the Loom breathables. They're great. They're very, very comfortable, and they're not as expensive. But the sock is dirty. It's around your.
Have you not understood the parameters of what's happening here?
I understand.
Yeah, this is no time for that.
You can
pie in the sky thinking that you have.
You can worry about cleanup later.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, it says using your undershirt. If you're wearing an undershirt or layers of shirts, maybe you don't need all of them.
Probably not. Well. What about the tie?
Ties can be really expensive.
Doesn't matter.
So it all depends.
This is your human dignity. How much is that worth?
But given a sock over a tie, I'd do the sock. Socks are cheap.
All right. What if you take the tie?
Yeah.
And Garrett, the guy in the stall next to you.
And steal his socks.
Exactly. And there you go.
Now, here it says one final note. Whatever you wind up using in the situation, with the exception. Thank you, Marissa. Real quick, I want to make sure I get to any information I need to pass along before we dive into the bizarre file and get Stubbs on. I do have a chart out. Hang on a second here. What?
While you're pulling that up, can I say hi to some people who came out to Top Tomato last night?
Yeah.
Tons of people. I always get really excited when I meet people who, you know, like we kind of grew up together and they listen to Preston and Steve every morning. They live in the city. I met these two girls. They work at the store's Open House and Verde right on 13th and Sansom. Kaya and Joelle were their names, and they were so awesome and they were so sweet. We were definitely getting down and dirty and having fun. We watched the end of the Phillies game because they had a great comeback last night. And so thank you to Bud Light that had us out there. We gave away a pair of tickets to the Eagles game. Cool. Congratulations to the guy who won those. I forget his name. Anyway, Casey's going to be down the street at Garage Rittenhouse next week doing it again.
Wait, next week we're doing that?
I think so. Next Thursday, you're at Garage Rittenhouse.
Oh, I didn't realize
Because literally everybody, I mean, you see all these faces of all these people who are dying to win these tickets because everybody wants to win Eagles tickets. And all I could do is be like, hey, we're doing it again.
Yeah,
Garage Rittenhouse.
Always a good time.
That's where I'm going to
Always
Top
a good
Tomato
time.
is a great spot, too.
Nice. Excellent. Well, glad you guys had a good time. I got to do this chart out. It says, hey, Presbo, turning the big 6-0 on Sunday the 14th, and I was hoping to get a big shout out to start my birthday weekend off right. And that is from Johnny C. in Palmyra, New Jersey. So Johnny Chirico is his name. Happy birthday to you,
man. Man, that's a big one.
Hope you have a fantastic weekend, brother. And then I wanted to mention this one more time. We have next Wednesday, it is through the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia, an hour with WMMR's Preston and Steve Champions of Radio event. So they're throwing this luncheon for us, and we're going to be talking all things Camp Out for Hunger and Blood Drive and Christmas Miracle and anything and everything they want to talk about. And it's next Wednesday, and the tickets are on sale until noon today, and then that's it.
Okay.
If you would like to attend this event, it's noon to 2. Doors open at 11:30, and it will be at McCall Golf Club in Upper Darby. So those tickets are on sale now. So just do a search on the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia, and you should be able to find the event. And we have it on PrestonandSteve.com too. And
they do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they
guys.
do.
Absolutely.
Yep. Free parking. Last opportunity to buy tickets today at noon. So just a heads up on that if you want to come out and be a part of this. So
I think it's cool that it's an hour with Preston and Steve over 2 hours.
An hour? No. So there's it's noon to 2, but there's a luncheon.
Yeah,
and so it's not all going to
We'll be hanging there.
An hour.
We
of
can
us,
feed
so.
you.
Yeah, I don't know who's. I'm not sure who is who's going to be mediating it, or is that the right word? Moderating it.
Litigating it.
But we'll find out when we get there on Wednesday. So looking forward to it. I wanted to mention that. All right, I have some bizarre file stories, and we can share those with you now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Other deals might sound bigger, but quality matters. You can save now at Pella with 40% off installation or 0% APR for 24 months. PellaPhilly.com. An 88-year-old man who's played Santa Claus in Petaluma, California for decades was arrested on Sunday after an hours-long armed standoff with police. Ron Shipley, the Santa Claus, got into a fight with family members at his home and armed himself with a gun.
Ho, ho, whore.
Yeah, police used a drone and saw him fire one shot at his house.
I'm going to kill you.
While a family member was inside, though the bullet didn't go through and no one was hurt.
Santa.
After several hours of trying to talk to him, officers were able to arrest Shipley without any further problems. He was...
Oh, my God!
He was charged with shooting at a house where people live.
This is Police Sergeant McGillicuddy. What's your wife's name?
I believe it's Annabelle.
This is Petaluma, California?
Annabelle. Yeah.
The hometown of Pierre Robert.
Yes, kidding.
And Winona Ryder.
Shipley had been Petaluma's beloved Santa since 1957, so maybe Pierre knows him.
Probably sat on his lap growing up.
Appearing at downtown
I
events
want Pierre Robert and I want him now.
and riding on a tugboat for the annual Santa's Riverboat Arrival Ceremony. He retired from the Santa role in recent years and had no previous criminal record, by the way.
No reason for the flare-up? No?
None in this particular story.
Sometimes Santa just turns bad.
Yeah. A couple in Shanghai, China, filed for divorce because they couldn't agree on what to name their baby.
I told you not to have a child.
After getting married in 2023
It's too difficult.
and having their child in the following year, each parent insisted on their own choice for the name and refused to give in.
Wow.
The fight got so bad that they went to the hospital separately to try to register their preferred names. But both attempts were rejected. The child is now over 1 year old, but still doesn't have a birth certificate.
Does it have the list of the two names that were up for grabs?
No.
No, okay.
So this
Julie
means
jerk off.
the kid can't get registered for basic services or even receive vaccinations. We do know that one of them was Julie Jerkoff. I don't know what the other. And this is a boy, too.
Yeah,
So
I know. It's so weird.
A court, no wonder one of them didn't want it. Court had to step in and issued a special notice requiring both parents to work together to get birth certificates within a specific time frame. The court criticized the parents for using their child as a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
And reminding them their duties as guardians.
I never heard a story like that.
No, prison inmate in Arizona somehow managed to forge documents effectively enough to get him released 2 decades before he was supposed to get out of prison.
It's a pretty good forgery.
David Kramer, by the way. That's a good name. Kramer.
I'm sure he wasn't tortured in school.
Already had a rich history of filing fraudulent documents. In fact, the court officials were aware of. Still, Kramer was able to file documents.
Signed Kramer's mother.
Reportedly showing a judge signed off on his early release. Kramer was sentenced to prison until 2047 for kidnapping, resisting arrest, unlawful imprisonment, but was released in June when 3 orders were filed in his case, purportedly dismissing the charges. The clerk's office is now cooperating with the Attorney General investigating how this exactly happened. All right, then we'll do one more story and we will wrap it up. While treating a 65-year-old woman for knee osteoarthritis, doctors in South Korea discovered hundreds of pure gold threads inserted into her legs.
Pure gold threads?
Yeah, the unnamed patient had previously experienced severe pain and stiffness in her knees due to osteoarthritis and had been prescribed painkillers, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and even steroid injections directly into her knees, none of which proved effective enough to allow her to lead a normal pain-free life. Not only did the pain not go away, but she developed negative side effects because of the drugs, including severe stomach pain. So she decided to give alternative medicine a chance, more specifically a controversial procedure known as gold thread acupuncture.
What?
At first, the woman underwent weekly sessions of acupuncture where tiny gold threads were inserted around her knees. But this only exacerbated the pain, so she increased her visits to the acupuncturist to several times per week.
Here, put this umbrella in your ass.
Eventually, the pain in her knees got so bad that she had no choice but to go back to the hospital. An x-ray exam revealed a thickening and hardening of the inner part of the tibia, bony growths in the knee, all common symptoms of osteoarthritis, but also they found hundreds of tiny gold threads embedded in the tissue around the knee. Doctors warn that gold thread acupuncture has no scientifically proven benefit for the patient, but comes with many known risks. The threads can cause cysts, migrate into the body, and damage surrounding tissue. But they can also make potentially life-saving MRI scans impossible because of the risk of metal displacement and blood vessel damage.
That's why you always have to check the sell-by date on your gold threads.
Wow, that is messed up. All right, and that is what we have in the bizarre file for you this morning. We have our guest ready to go. Did you want me to play something, Case?
No, I just have some music for him.
Oh, okay.
There
Yes,
you
of
go.
course. We got to. Yes. It's like we're at the ballpark right now. But we love having him on our show. We've had a chance to hang with him at spring training, and now he joins us via Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Garrett Stubbs.
How's it going, boys?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good, man. It's Friday, so all is right in the world.
You guys just swept the Mets?
Yeah, you guys swept the Mets. We're happy.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's a great start to the week.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, because I was away in the first inning, and so I'm always checking the score, right? And when I check the score, You guys were down 4-0. And in my mind, automatically, I go, game's over. You know what I mean? But that's why you play 9 innings. You know what I mean?
Classic Philadelphia.
No, I guess so. But how do you not have that same mindset? I mean, listen, I can't even imagine how many games of baseball you've played in your life and how many comebacks you've been a part of or that you've suffered, but like, how do you get out of your mind when you guys go down that much in an inning?
I mean, I think that's a part of it, right? You talked about just playing so many games in your life, and you've seen so many comebacks. You understand that at any moment a game could change. And that goes on the other side too. When you're winning a game 4-0, it's like, all right, let's score 5 runs, let's score 6 runs, because you want to put the other team away. So I think just that mindset, 1, and then 2, you've seen the lineup that we have that we're putting out there day in and day out. And I know we're missing a couple guys right now, but the culture that we've created over there over the years is that it doesn't matter if you're down 4-0, 7-0, down however many runs or up however many runs. You just go into that next inning trying to either put the team away or get yourself a little bit closer to make sure the bullpen keeps you in it and then keep going.
Last night there was something special about I'm sorry, Garrett. There was something special about the win last night, though, and it was a nationally televised game. And Luzardo, what he did after the first inning when he retired, was it 22 in a row, and then Duran came in the ninth, and it was 1, 2, 3, 3 strikeouts in the top of the ninth. To get the entire country, if they're watching the game last night on national TV, to see you guys come back to beat the Mets, to reduce the magic number to 5 games. I was watching it at home, and it really felt fun from my couch. I can't imagine what it's like for you guys in the dugout to hear the crowd go nuts. Like, it's just got to be the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like you said about Luzardo, that's kind of the mindset, right? He goes out there the first inning, gives up 4 runs, looks like it's going to be a tough day at the yard, and then goes perfect for the next 7. Like, that's just an incredible feat in its own to go perfect 7, but then to start that way and then do it right after that. It's hard to have an expectation like that, but you have the expectation that Zeus is going to go out there and keep competing for the rest of the game, right? So to see him do that was awesome. And then, I've only been here for a couple weeks, but seeing Duran come out of the bullpen at home is incredible. On the road is still awesome because you've got that confidence level in a guy who's been in a closing role and knows that they're going to shut down that 9th inning. I mean, that whole 9th inning, I was on the rail just cheesing, watching him go absolute pellet to home plate to JT. So it's fun to watch him come into the game and know that you've got some confidence there in the 9th.
My wife and I were talking about the game because you were one of the first guys coming out of the dugout, and we were asking about you and JT, especially with Hispanic-speaking pitchers like Duran, or Spanish-speaking pitchers, Duran, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez. How is your Spanish, Garrett? How's JT's? Is that something that you guys have to develop over time? Like, what's your communication like with guys who are primarily speaking Spanish on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we're really lucky because these guys put in a lot of work when they're very young to learn English, especially the guys that want to play in the major leagues. So most of them know English at a very high level. I was lucky enough growing up in San Diego to learn quite a bit of Spanish. So for the guys that really don't speak Spanish or speak English, and it's usually the younger players, that haven't been in the States for an extended period of time. I got a little Spanish in my back pocket.
There you go.
There in situations.
Garrett, earlier we mentioned that Harrison Bader has a food named after him, the Hater Tots. I don't know if you've had those yet or not. I wanted to get your review in case you've sampled them.
I haven't sampled them yet, but I think in Philly we need like a What a Gift cheesesteak somewhere in the Philly area because he's a beauty. And one of his biggest sayings is he, after a base hit or a run, he comes in and goes, "What a gift."
No kidding.
And, it's hilarious, and it's his go-to saying. And he's a gift, man. That was an incredible trade deadline gift to the Phillies. So pretty cool to see him doing what he's doing. I played with him back in 2016. Been around him for quite a bit of time since then, just in the offseason and whatnot. So he's a good dude.
When can we expect Stubbs subs?
Ooh. I'll let you start the restaurant. I'll one.
But Garrett, there is something, and this is such a fan observation because I'm never in the locker room. I don't know you guys personally, but from an outsider looking in, your unofficial title was Chief Vibes Officer, right? Like, there's something about chemistry, about vibes. To have you back in the bigs, to have you back in the dugout is awesome from a fan perspective. And what Bader brings to the lineup, but also to the clubhouse seems like a legitimate improvement in mood, in attitude, in like how you guys are feeling when you're going out there every day. And I know that's an intangible and whatever, but like it does seem legit from the outside looking in. Is that how you guys see it?
Yeah, no doubt. Right. Like you say intangible, everyone wants to quantify things these days. Right. Whether it's you're using your OPS, now they're coming up, they have WARD, then there's other things that are on the scoreboard that sometimes I look out there and I'm like, looks like I got to learn a new stat. We're being judged by a new one now. But yeah, those intangibles and seeing Bader come into our locker room and just fit right in. I think you said it last night, right? At the end of the day, it's a winning culture. And so when you're going out there and you're putting your best foot forward to win the game that day, that's the culture that we've built over the last few years. And yeah, it comes with fun, right? But you don't get to have fun unless you're winning. So those two things go hand in hand, and Bader's one of those guys that understands that dynamic both on and off the field.
Excellent. Garrett, I wanted to ask about, you got called up from the Iron Pigs recently, and I wanted to know from experience the difference between, AAA and the show and the level of play, because we're talking about guys that are right on the edge of being, in the top tier and playing in the show. Is it a noticeable difference in those games, level of, competency, or for lack of a better term?
Yeah, it's definitely noticeable, right? Like when you're in the big leagues, you've got 26 elite players out there that are major league players. When you go to AAA, the difference is really that you might not have a full 26 or whatever the roster is down there, 30 or something. You might not have a full 30 players that will play in the big leagues, but most of the time, at least half of those players have played in the big leagues or will play in the big leagues, right? And a lot of times it's more than half. I mean, you'll run into teams that have 30 big leaguers on it. And so the difference is more of the consistency of those elite players. It doesn't have maybe a full team of elite players, but you run into starters that are either on their way to the big leagues, like McLean. We faced him twice in Lehigh, or once in Lehigh, once in Syracuse, before he became a big leaguer. And so you see that guy and you're like, yeah, that's an elite big league pitcher. And so you run into those guys and you run into other guys that are either going to be in the big leagues or have been. And so the competition is incredible. Yeah. I mean, the people also do show up for those Lehigh Iron Pig games, and it's fun. But yeah, the competition is still really good. It's just the consistency isn't quite the same as you get in the big leagues.
Okay. It's wild because as a fan, you hear people talk about some of these guys that are next up, right? So you hear about Crawford or Painter or Aiden Quinn, and then when the Phillies call somebody up, it hasn't been any of those guys. And so why aren't people talking about Walton and Otto and some of these guys that keep getting called up and go back down and keep getting called up? But this season, I didn't even know who Walton was until I saw him on the field.
Yeah, and then Kemp hits another home run last night.
Yeah. I mean, so Donovan Walton came over from the Mets about like a month or two ago. Okay. So that's one reason you haven't heard about him specifically. But the Otto Kemps and some other players like Max Lazar, who comes up and down, those kind of guys don't necessarily get the pub that some of the younger first round guys do, like an Aiden Miller or a Crawford or a Mick Abel or an Andrew Painter, right? Those guys, they are the first round babies, for lack of a better term, right? Like we give them crap down there, and they'll get crap when they come up here. But our team is built of entirely first rounders almost here. That's great. Yeah, it's a bunch of incredible players, and so those guys get the media attention a little bit more. But then you have senior signs like Otto Kemp, who can hit the absolute crap out of the ball. I mean, that guy hits the ball harder than just about anybody, and goes and has some incredible seasons and, kind of finds his way during his time in the minor league. So I'd say that's probably why you don't hear about the Otto Kemps and the Lazars and guys like that quite as much, but just as important to a team, especially when they come up here and they're filling in for a Trey Turner and Alec Beckham.
Garrett, I wanted to ask you a fashion question. You became famous for your overalls that you wore in the locker room. And 2 questions. Number one, is that the only pair? I guess you call them a pair. Yeah. Is that the only pair you have? And if so, do they ever get worn outside of playoff baseball?
They did get worn outside of playoff baseball. I wore them after every win. That's kind of how.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, the media guys in the locker room and girls in the locker room found or just saw me wearing them one day and then asked me about them. But I was wearing them after every single win just to mess around and then kind of enjoy it. This year in Lehigh, we brought 2 beer bombs. With no overalls. We went double beer bombs, and we had position player of the game and pitcher of the game. And we had a race after every single game. And the pitchers were actually beating us. I left.
Wow.
Disappointing, but yeah, surprising. But
wow.
yeah,
You would think you guys would have worked up more of a sweat. I don't know.
Well, but speaking of fashion, Garrett, let the guys know and the listeners know about the T-shirt that you designed for the Iron Pigs because it's awesome. It's AC/DC based, and people can buy it. They can go through your Instagram or Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Instagram accounts as well, right?
Yeah, it's an Oink T-shirt. They do a great job over there playing off the whole pig thing. They got a Bacon USA shirt, and so took it upon myself and with some of the boys to make an Oink shirt. And there's a song, TNT, that kind of does the oi.
Yeah.
Oi.
Oh, yeah. No.
Like, this is too perfect not to incorporate after wins. And so they did a whole display on the board saying Oink, played the song. And then we made Oink T-shirts, the O-I, and then the bolt, and then NK across the front of it with pig in the background. So pretty sweet shirt. It was fun over there.
Are you an artist?
Creating that.
Are you an artist?
Could be.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. Aren't we all, those high school classes when we're doodling while
That's all you need. Yeah, you don't need to be Van Gogh.
By the way, I don't think we've had you on since you and your wife announced that you're going to have a baby, and congratulations. You're about to be a dad. How far along is she? When is she due?
She's due November 1st, and we're having a baby girl.
Wow.
So the plan is we win the World Series, go home and have a child. And I told my wife, I said, I'm sorry, but I might have to scoot out 2 days later to come back for the parade. So that would be the most ideal plan. Or she just holds on so we can win the World Series, do the parade, and then go home.
I'm sure there's some sort of binding or something you can do to make sure.
We'll figure it out. Duct tape.
Oh, my God.
Something.
That's awesome. Well, listen, congratulations, being called back up, the team doing so well. We're excited as we head into fall ball, man.
Yeah, they're 8-2 since he came back up.
How about that?
Coincidence?
Come on.
Yeah. When's the next game? What's
tonight?
Playing tonight? Yeah.
Tonight against Kansas City.
Yeah, I think Lorenzen's pitching against you guys tonight. He threw a no-hitter for the Phillies 2 seasons ago. And before we let you go real quick, can you just say nice things about Kyle Schwarber because he's awesome?
My God. I mean, I got here and he was stuck on 49. And I was like, Kyle, I'm going to need you to hit 50 here soon. Otherwise, I'm going to have to leave. The other night he hits the big one to center field. He's just such a beauty, man. Also just a huge part of the culture in that locker room, a great leader. Guys like to rally behind him, and watching him do what he's done this year from afar, and then now getting to be a part of it, right now it's fun to watch.
It's great. Well, listen, I have a favor to ask. It was years ago. I forgot it was Kathy or Marissa had run into Jimmy Rollins and asked him about coming on the show. He's like, I don't do that anymore. And they go, why not? And he goes, because I don't have to. And I know that Kyle is in that position right now where he doesn't have to either. But if you could put in a good word, we would love to talk to him sometime, all right?
I'll put in a good word.
I appreciate that, man. All right, thanks, Garrett. Great to check in with you. Rock on, brother. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You got it. Garrett Stubbs, guys. Love it.
Great.
Love it, love it, love it. He is the best. What was this clip, Casey?
From My Blue Heaven.
Okay, hang on.
Stubbs, I admire your zeal.
Wait, Stubbs, I admire your zeal?
Yeah.
Stubbs, I admire your zeal.
Nice. And he does have some zeal.
Absolutely. You can see why he's such a morale boost.
He's the heartbeat of the locker room. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in just a moment. The Back School A to Z rolls on. We'll get to trash music news. Stay put. Flush it down the toilet.
No, horrible.
Even paper products like paper towels or tissues shouldn't be flushed because they won't disintegrate like toilet paper. Tissues are designed to withstand explosive sneezes, after all, and persist for a long time, clogging time in our sewer systems, for example. And if you do have to resort to one of these desperate measures, steel yourself and walk the remnants to the garbage.
They have left out hats and weaves as possible
What was
wiping
the last
material.
one?
Hats and weaves.
Oh, weaves.
Yeah.
Talk about expensive.
Steve, listen, the things that people will flush down the toilets. I have a friend of mine who no, he works for Public Works.
Okay.
And there was a pump house near this housing development, and he said because there was like big time backups and stuff, and they had to go put in a whole new system. He said you wouldn't believe what he found that people flush down the toilets, like baseballs, lacrosse
baseballs,
dildos.
Really?
Like, yes.
Yeah,
people
I
are
remember you telling
flushing
me that.
these things down the toilet.
That's the garbage disposal for your dildos, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, by the way, a lot of texts and calls coming. This text says, I once wiped my ass with a $20 bill when caught without any toilet paper while drinking at a party. Took the same $20 bill, washed it off, and then bought more beer with it.
Oh, God. Grody.
Mm-hmm. I could not.
If they wash it up, would you throw away the money?
I would.
I'd wash it off.
I would. No, I would. I would. I just couldn't bring myself to recirculate that into the system.
Once you clean it, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Brian. Let me go to some calls here real quick. Hey, Brian, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm great.
I was on a job site once, and I was about an hour and a half away from where I work, and I went into the porta potty, and there was nothing. So it was a chilly day. I had a sweatshirt and a T-shirt on, and I had to use my T-shirt.
That's absolutely fine.
Brian, did you realize before you sat down or?
No.
Oh, no, it was afterwards.
You know,
that's the thing. That's it.
That's the point at which you've made a critical error. That's why I think for our bathroom here and Brian on job sites, the porta potty, there should be a small rack of clothing there for you to use in case you run out of toilet
clothing. Yeah, at all times.
I agree.
Brian, did you end up? I guess you tossed your shirt into the porta potty, right?
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy who has to clean it. But
Well, you could toss it into a porta pot because it's not going through plumbing.
Yeah.
But they eventually have to. They have to. Yeah, it won't go through plumbing.
Yeah.
But they do have to do something with that stuff eventually.
Don't they have people that pull the clothing out and clean it?
Yeah, I think they do. Maybe that's what.
Ooh, a shirt.
Ooh,
all right, listen to
dildo.
this. Listen to this. I'm going to Scott. This is very interesting. Hi, Scott. Good morning.
Hey, Preston, is this bad time? Can you talk?
I can talk. I'm good. What's up, buddy?
So I was out for a long walk with my girlfriend, now wife. We were going to go feed the ducks, feed the fish, and the urge hit, and we were far from anywhere, and I had nothing. I squatted behind a tree. I told her to run. It wasn't to
run.
This isn't going to be pretty.
Run! Get to the chopper!
And I had to use the pack of hamburger buns that we were going to use to feed the ducks.
Oh,
my God. You used a bread product.
I did. I had
Okay.
to.
So could you? You could. Was it in plastic? Could you have used the plastic first?
I probably could have used the plastic, but
I'm to support you in your use of the bread. I think that probably a more natural level would be better. And even with this knowledge, this woman married you. She's a keeper.
She did, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. And then it says here on my screen, there was some other situations.
Oh, yeah. I did landscaping for a number of years, and when there's nothing out there on a job site, and it's in the middle of winter, and there's no paper, there's nothing, I just rolled up a couple snowballs and washed it.
Snowballs.
I thought you were going to say
Never
like
considered that.
a shrub.
My God, Scott.
A snowball would work.
Yeah, but think about
the cold.
The cold.
Yeah.
How funky was that?
It was awful. The homeowner actually came out, and my boss told her what was going on. She was a friendly lady. And she said, that must have been one cold poop.
Oh, my God.
Let me ask you just on a basic level, Scott. How do you have intestinal issues, or were we talking panic situations here, like you're sick?
It was. I used to have some pretty good intestinal issues before I got taken care
And
of.
because when that happens, people don't realize.
But listen,
there's nothing you can do.
Working though, landscaping though, if you're out all day long, and I would imagine a lot of times people aren't home. You can't say knock on the door and say, "Look, I'm having an emergency. I apologize." And you probably don't want to do that anyway. I would imagine you find yourself in a situation where it's like, all right. Pardon the pun, but I got to make do. I got to make this happen.
You better skim your pool.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. I'll bet you construction workers, guys out in landscaping,
snipers,
maybe. Yeah. No, but I'll bet you that group of people have to deal with this more than anyone else.
Because your options are much more limited.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would always be wearing a wiping shirt.
Case, we don't have much time, right?
No, damn it, we're just cracking the surface on this.
Let me see.
We're
here.
changing lives.
What is this? All right, let me go to Dan. Hi, Dan. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. What's up, Dan?
Okay, so when I first got together with my now wife, I was born in Kansas, and I wanted to take her. We were going to visit family. And I wanted to take her to the river where we spend my stomping grounds when I was a kid. We used to go fishing, swimming,
It's awesome. Yes, how romantic.
It was going to be great. So I thought, we get down there and, we're walking around and I'm like, yeah, this is where I used to, She's looking at me and I'm like, well, I'm sorry. So I'm actually using the car that my mom lent me, while we were there visiting.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I opened the door to the old Chrysler Sebring drop top, and I thought, well, I don't have anything. And I'm looking around, I'm like, Mom's beanie it is,
Mom's beanie?
Yeah.
She had a hat in the car, and that's it.
I used the hat. I had to, man. I do construction, too, so I'm telling you guys, it's a rough life, man.
I know. I have no doubt.
You're
when you
right.
have to use your beloved mother's beanie.
God rest her soul. No.
Thank God Grandma wasn't in the backseat. Your skin's kind of papery.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Dan, that's...
My wife looked at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Rabbi, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You don't have to say yes.
Oh, my God. Listen, at some point, you have no choice, or you're walking around with what we described the other week, the Chappelle thing, mud butt, and you can't have that.
It reduces you, but the thing is that you're not alone.
Yeah.
That's the song says.
I thought these were good tips. I thought these were good things you may not consider to check your pot. 93.3 WMMR. Summer Wind, chairman of the board, Old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra himself. Making, I'm sure, more than one appearance in the Back to School A to Z.
Yeah.
As we are in the middle of the summer break, and we have a few more summer songs coming up. We have a few covers of a classic summer song, Summertime Blues.
Yeah, wow.
Which has been done by a few people.
Yes.
So that's on the way. And then I think, let me take a look at how many more summers we get into. Yeah, there's a couple after. Oh, man. Yes.
Yes. Summers?
Okay. No. There is a one-hit, kind of glam metal song that falls in.
I'm trying to imagine what that would be.
In summer. It's great. I love it. Well, you know what? I'll tell you now because you need to tune in here. It's from a band called Y&T, and the song is "Summertime Girls." It's great. We used to play it.
Oh, you used to play it in the band?
Yeah,
Right.
it's as cheesy as you can get, but I loved it, and that's what we get. We get the cheese, we get the meat and the cheese.
Absolutely,
When
and the
you do
Sinatra.
The back to school A to Z. And that's what this whole thing is about.
Summertime girls, Jilly.
Our text messages are just going crazy right now with the Frank being played. So even my buddy Steve texted and he's like, Frank?
Yep,
He's
absolutely.
listening in St. Louis right now. So yeah, we brought you some Frank, buddy. All right, real quick, I want to mention a charity event coming up. As a little butt plug. I said this the other day. I'll hit it again. There's a special beef and beer fundraiser for Casey Beckwith. This is tomorrow. It'll be at Haggerty's Cafe on McDade Boulevard in Holmes. And she's battling stage 4 colon cancer. And the journey's not a walk alone, and your love and generosity can help lighten the burden and lift their spirits. I said she. I'm not sure if Casey is male or female, but nonetheless. The event is $50 person, and food, drinks, great company. You can get tickets. I think, do we have it on our community page, Nick?
And I believe Casey's a boy, Preston, because I got a text from our buddy Bob Havens the other day, and he says, little things can touch a man's soul. Your kindness touched him.
Cool.
And then Bob sent this text that Casey had sent him, and I'll read it to you real quick. It says, I just heard that I got a shout out from WMMR, and I just wanted to say that's awesome. Rock and roll, those guys. Thank you so much, and please thank them for me. That means I just got a tear in my eye. It means so much to me, and I had tears in my eyes. Those guys effing rock. So Casey, we're thinking about you.
Absolutely. And the event's tomorrow, and you can go to PrestonandSteve.com, click on the community page, which is under events.
Yes.
And you'll find that, and stop by and spend the day. It's going to be a beautiful day, and swing by and hang out with some good people and be a part of that. All right, it's lesson question time. Nick, I didn't read these. Damn it. I always forget to do that. All right, so let us go with this. This is a great one. Okay, if you heard our segment with Derrick Pitts from the Franklin Institute earlier, Derrick Pitts gets to name an underground dinosaur on Mars, and he even said it. What was it that he said? It's a Mars-related dinosaur. Do you remember what that was? It was close to 7:30 this morning. 610-660-9333. Call right now if you know the answer. And while you're doing that, we do this.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Screwball Whiskey. Say screw hunger with Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. You can support Camp Out for Hunger. Grab a bottle and save $2 at Fine Wine and Good Spirits PA. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, Gwyneth Paltrow welcomed ex-husband Brad Falchuk on her Goop podcast to discuss the mistakes they made during their marriage. Paltrow will return the favor later this month when she appears on Falchuk's podcast called Jizz.
Oh my God.
Amazon MGM. Wow. Announcing production of a reimagining of the Amityville Horror. Amazon says the new movie will imagine that anyone wants to see it.
Oh my God.
And finally, this is wild. Leonardo DiCaprio revealing that though he has never done a sequel to any of his movies, there's one movie he could see himself revisiting. DiCaprio told The Hollywood Reporter, that there could be a great way to explore the world of high school basketball and high finance called the Teen Wolf of Wall Street. That's Hollywood Trash.
All right, thank you, Steve. So, by the way, we're giving away tickets to see Slayer for the lesson question. I did not mention that, but we are going to see if somebody knows the answer to this question. If Derrick Pitts gets to name an underground dinosaur on Mars, what would it be called? Our first caller in was Debbie. So we are going to go to Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Good morning.
Hi. Thanks, Job Dunker.
You dunked it. All right, Debbie, what would that dinosaur on Mars be called?
It would be the Marsosaurus Rex.
Yes. The Marsosaurus Rex. Yes. So hang on, Debbie. We got you tickets to see Slayer. And that show is coming up September 20th at Hershey Park Stadium. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you by Temple Football. Be there as Temple clashes with nationally ranked Oklahoma this Saturday at noon at Lincoln Financial Field. You can get your tickets today by visiting owlstix.com. I only have one story.
What?
One music news story, and that is it. Shinedown will make their Grand Ole Opry debut coming up on October 10th.
Have you ever been to the Grand Ole Opry?
I have never been to the Grand Ole Opry.
I have been to the Grand Ole Opry, not while shows were being. It's obviously a landmark as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they're going to be playing, and they'll be making their first time of performance at the famous country music venue. Guitarist Zach Myers, who is from Tennessee, said he used to watch the Opry with his grandmother and never thought he'd actually perform on that stage.
Shut up and listen.
This week, the band hit number 1 on the active rock charts with their song Killing Fields, which is their 23rd single and 3rd number 1 hit this year. Is their 23rd single this year?
That seems ridiculous.
No. I think it's their 23rd single overall.
23rd single this week.
And their 3rd number 1 hit this year. They just finished their massive Dance Kid Dance Arena tour where they sold out Madison Square Garden. The band recently won 2 awards at the iHeart Radio Music Awards for Rock Artist of the Year and Rock Song of the Year. Rocket.
Like the Grand Ole Opry, have you been to some of the classic landmark music venues? I mean, because that's
Madison Square Garden.
CBGB's, have you been there?
No, that closed up before I had a chance to go to that.
What about like the whiskey?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah.
Or the Rainbow? Nope. Never went to either one of those. What case?
No, I was outside of the whiskey.
There you go.
I was outside of the Rainbow.
That is a good question.
Because there are a number of them that are...
Austin City Limits is another one. Never been there. No.
Right.
None that come to mind. I did go to a little club called J.C. Dobbs.
One day I'm going to get to meet a guy named Nick, and it's going to change my life. I just have a feeling.
J.C. Dobbs would be one that would throw, not, as nationally known, but certainly... all of the biggest bands that came through and played there remember it and speak of it, like Pearl Jam, like the Police, like U2. I don't know about Bruce. I'm not really sure.
Some of them come back
Nirvana.
Occasionally. Like the main point where Bruce and Warren Zevon and all those guys played in the 70s, it went away for a bit, and then and I think it was the same location came back as I think that it was originally the main point, and then it came back as the Point or vice versa. And then J.C. Dobbs went away for a stretch, and then it came back as Dobbs. I don't know if it's still open though. I mean, maybe it opened up pre-pandemic, and I'm not sure if it's survived.
Hey, Preston, do you remember there was a character on F Troop called Dobbs? It's just between Preston and myself, Nick. I don't mean to keep you out of this.
I don't remember which one was
He was the bugle
Dobbs.
player who couldn't play the bugle.
No.
Steve.
Sorry, Ed, I don't.
I mean, Eddie. Eddie/Steve, Eddie Vedder gave an interview the other day
about F Troop.
No. Well, I don't know.
Love that A-guard.
He was on. He was at a Seattle Mariners baseball game, and they invented this thing called the Vedder Cup, and it helps out this EB research. EB is this terrible skin disease that it affects kids, and he's done a lot of work for it. Anyway, it was a great interview, and he talked about baseball, and he talked about music, and he talked about EB research. And the whole time I'm watching this damn interview, I hear your voice in my head, and I'm just like, because it's identical. It's freaking identical, and it was making me laugh and cringe at the same time.
Oh, that's great.
All right, I lied earlier. I have one more story.
Yay!
MMR rocks the Outlaw Music Festival 10th anniversary tour. It is today, Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Willie Nelson and family, Bob Dylan, Sheryl Crow, and many more are playing.
That's a hell of a lineup
today, yeah.
Are tickets still available?
Yeah, they're on sale via Ticketmaster. I'm not sure how many are available, but they have
tickets are sold.
Last men end of summer offer. Get 2 tickets for just $50. Some reserved seats are part of the deal and the lawn area as well. So just heads up on that. And that's it. That's what I have in music news. Yes, Nick?
Our buddy Brent Porsche texted me, and he said that Dobbs is now called Nicky Lopez. So it's not Dobbs anymore, but they still have live music. So it's on South Street, and if you wanted to go see a band, you could see that at Nicky Lopez, but it's no longer called Dobbs.
For the record, there was nobody on F Troop called Nicky Lopez.
No?
It's good to know.
There should have been.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, thank you, Ed. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the show. Give away our Word of the Week prize, so stay with us. We'll be back momentarily. I mean, these are...
Preston and Steve.
93.3 WMMR.
WMMR has always been a proud supporter of local music. From our experimental days in the 60s and 70s, street beat in the 80s and 90s, all the way through today. And that tradition continues with MMR's Local Shots. So good to be home, Philadelphia! front porch leads the charge in spotlighting local bands and artists from our own backyard. Click the Local Shots banner at WMMR.com to discover some great music, find submission details, and see what's next. MMR's Local Shots, sponsored by Family and Company Jewelers. Find a band that rocks her.
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Relax, and you can get through this. So anyhow, just
John McClane it.
We're saving lives here. That's what we're doing. All right, so we need to take a break. Thank you for listening and for your patience and your resolve to stay with the President Steve Show. $50 Wawa gift card. Take caller number 8 at 215-263-WMMR. Tomorrow is Wawa Hoagie Day. It's part of the Wawa Welcome America celebration.
So exciting.
Casey and I will be on Independence Mall tomorrow from noon to 2 at 5th and Chestnut.
Beautiful weather.
And you can come out. The weather's going to be great. Yep. And you get free. It's an 8-ton hoagie. Free to the public. Come and get your lunch and join us for that event. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a moment. We will get the CEO of Wawa, Mr. Chris Geison's on in just a little bit. Returning shortly. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Anyway, enough about me. We need to talk about you. We're diving into the city beat, folks. Yep. I got some stories that have to do with things in and around or affect our area.
Scoobily wow wow. Yeah. He's the meat behind the street.
And I got this particular story because sometimes I have some outside contributors. Kathy Romano sent this to me.
Ooh. So she's a correspondent.
This is from NJ.com, and they have their list of the...
That's New Jersey, right?
That would stand for New Jersey. NJ stands for New Jersey. All 44 New Jersey beaches ranked worst to best for summer 2022. Now, we're not going to go through all 44.
Okay, just do the 43.
No, we're gonna go through the ones where most of our area head to.
Like not up by the city.
Yeah, there's going to be southern New Jersey.
Yeah.
So,
I will say, though, I went through the whole list. I didn't realize there are some beaches out there I had never heard of that are very popular for people in our area, too.
Yeah.
So, obviously, this whole the migration to the shore is a huge thing. It's been for decades and decades and decades. But it's funny what you just said, Kathy, because there are people who... I didn't know some of the, taking a look at the map, some of the beaches that are popular were shore towns that people go to. I had no idea existed.
Right. So there was one, and it's on the list, and I'm sure you'll get to it, Preston, but Ortley Beach. And it is not like, what we consider the shore. I actually recently had a conversation with a few different people who couldn't believe that I had not heard of it and said it's very popular. And
What?
It's
I have never heard of Ortley.
Yeah, it's listed as one of the better beaches to go to.
What part of Jersey is that in?
Case, it's I think it's considered maybe like Tom's River.
Okay.
But from where I live, the people that I was talking to, they said it's the same distance, same amount of time for them to go there as it would be to go, to Avalon or Stone Harbor.
I have no, listen, it's not even July yet, right? So usually you kind of have to wait until after school is officially out, but I feel I wonder if this economy is having some issues no. If it's causing issues. I feel like the beach has not been overly crowded, and I wonder if gas prices or any of those things is wreaking havoc and causing issues with.
Doesn't
with
help, for sure.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know if you've noticed, Press. If have you noticed it being a little bit quieter down there?
A smidge, maybe, but not really noticeable. But
you do a lot of skeet shooting off your roof, so you wouldn't really even notice.
Yeah. I scare them away, basically.
They just run away. So give us a teasers.
First, let me give you the what they judged the criteria on. So it says we judge only oceanfront beaches, no bay, lake, or riverfront on beach quality, cleanliness, crowd type and size, parking availability, and surrounding food, drink, and recreation.
Gets along well with other beaches.
They said we went to one beach per town. For example, Ortley Beach.
Ortley
was the representative for Tom's River, Kathy.
Yeah.
And Island Beach State Park checks in for Berkeley Township. So I kind of stayed a little bit Atlantic City, Margate and South.
The ones when you think of
or not Margate, but Brigantine and South is kind of what I'm
kind of a novice to this. Occasionally my wife will go down for a little bit.
You're not a shore guy.
I'm not a shore guy.
Yeah.
But I'm every time I go down, I have time, so I might be moving in that way. But I always think of it, Preston. Atlantic City South is the main concentration.
From
At least
here, because
people
you just
from
take
here.
the AC Expressway straight out.
Right.
And,
Which is funny because my girlfriend used to live in Northeast Philly, and there's at a town, and I'm curious as to whether or not it shows up on the list or not, Preston, but if you take 195 due east, it goes straight across the street instead of like the AC Expressway, which goes south and east. And there's a town called Spring Lake, which is one of the nicest towns I've ever been to. I had never heard of it growing up.
Spring Lake?
Well, it's Steve. It's
I never heard of it.
It's gorgeous. It's near Point Pleasant. It's a little north of Point Pleasant. But I'd never gone to it growing up. And yeah, Kathy, like for me growing up, it was Atlantic City and South. That was the Jersey Shore.
So she grew up in Northeast Philly. I grew up in Bucks County. So we most of the time went to what we consider the shore, but we did go up that way to some of the beach towns up there. Spring Lake is actually not listed. It's not listed well on this list.
No kidding.
Because they said even
It's the poor man's Ortley.
Well, no, they said it's beautiful and the homes are beautiful, but like it's there's not much else to do. You have to drive into the town. Like you can't, if you're going to go to the beach, there's nowhere really to go get something to eat or anything like that.
That's what they took into consideration on this list.
Stuff to do.
Stuff to do. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
We when we were poking around there, as far north as we went was Seaside Heights. We actually went up there and looked and kind of worked our way down.
And that's where Jersey Shore was shot.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go through a few highlights on this list.
I don't want to hear this list.
Number 40 is Atlantic City. Obviously, there's probably
Are there things to do there?
There are some things to do there. It says amazing, and I'm going to read you the description from NJ.com. Amazing Bruce Springsteen song and terrific boardwalk.
That's right.
The ability to gamble feet away from the ocean is pretty incredible, but the beach itself is lackluster at best.
Do you agree with that?
Not the cleanest by any stretch, and the sand isn't exactly soft, and even that vaunted boardwalk is starting to feel downtrodden, just like the rest of the city. So that's their assessment.
Preston, does Brigantine get folded into Atlantic City?
No, it's its own thing. Yeah. All right, then you have number 39, Wildwood. It says, you can't do much better than Wildwood's Boardwalk. They don't have a roller coaster. They basically have a theme park and a water park and go-karts and enough boardwalk food to make you sick. But you can't do much worse than their beach. It's so long and flat that walking to the water is exhausting. They literally have sand taxis. It says cute, but a sign that your beach is way too wide. It is huge. All up and down the Wildwoods, except North Wildwood is tiny.
They do also have planks to walk on, so you're not walking in straight up sand.
But anyone, like the first time I got out there years ago, I remember thinking, everyone thinks you cannot help but go, Jesus Christ, this is a very wide beach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've come to love it.
All right, then you have
It loves you.
Margate City.
Okay.
It says finding parking is tricky at Margate. This is number 35 on the list. I'm going to work our way down. I'm just skipping around to highlights.
Yeah.
And for once, so is finding Lucy the elephant too. The 6-story, 140-year-old wooden South Jersey icon is currently undergoing renovations. But you know what is open? The Margate Dairy Bar, home of some of the best ice cream and burgers you'll find on the shore. The beach itself is fine but unremarkable, they say.
Okay.
Number 31 is Strathmere.
I love Strathmere.
Yeah, it's great.
One of the few free beaches in the Garden State. Strathmere's sand isn't exactly pristine, but there's a ton of parking available, and the Twisties is a terrific dive bar nearby.
Twisties is what
I've been by there.
Described as like it's like stuck. It's like back in time.
Oh, it's okay.
But they don't need to do anything because it's the only place to go there, and people flock to it, and it's actually great. It's on the bay. Sit there, you're looking at the bay. There's houses there. It's just not
I'm
as
saying
many.
for people who are just going to go and take a day trip. Is this?
Oh, I got you.
Is this a likely beach?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, I think so because isn't it free there? Isn't it? Yeah,
it is.
You don't need the beach tags, and it's sort of a nice midpoint between Ocean City and Sea Isle. Sea Isle is a little younger. Sea Isle kind of skews towards, especially like the party scene, like 20-year-olds and that generation. And Ocean City is much more family.
I guess it depends on what you. Because there's really not a whole lot to do there.
Yeah,
I
just
if you
beach.
just want beach,
That's it.
With their cover of the song "Summertime Blues." which they had a cover album in 2004. It was called Feedback. It was all cover songs. It was kind of a fun little thing they did just for themselves.
What else did they cover on that album?
They did For What It's Worth from Buffalo Springfield.
Great song.
They did The Seeker from The Who.
Cool.
I think they did Crossroads, Robert Johnson. And
another good one.
I don't know if they did, like the Clapton version of that or the version of Summertime Blues they were doing. And that cover is their interpretation of Blue Cheer,
right?
Who had done a cover of Eddie Cochran's Summertime Blues. And Casey played those out of order because we're supposed to go with the oldest artist first, the most oldest recording of that tune before the covers happen afterwards. But he knows that I love Rush and he wanted to play that. So it's
beautiful.
It's out of order. And it's also today would have been Neil's birthday as well. So it will be up to Pierre to determine what order he goes in next.
Or if legal action is
necessary for that. Before we ask Pierre about all that, I want to thank all of our guests on the show today. Number one, thank you to Matt and Aliana from 6ABC for having us on the program. Thank you for the amazing Derrick Pitts of the Franklin Institute. We talked life on Mars. And
it was really good. It was tremendously informative.
He's the best. And then we had a great performance from Dorothy today.
Yeah.
Dorothy is performing at the TLA, and she was great. She sounded amazing, and we're just stoked that she, they parked their bus out here, and they slept in the parking lot and then came in.
And contrary to standard rock star time, came in and performed.
And then a great conversation with Garrett Stubbs of the Phillies, who are playing tonight, by the way, and it was just great catching up with him. And he's just a positive force, man. He's a great guy to talk to. And then there's Pierre Robert.
Yes. And then there's me.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Dorothy sounded great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really did.
She's very self-critical, and she's like, and she's, does it sound, you sound fantastic. And
I thought it sounded great.
She did sound great.
The baseball cat was cool, too. What's he do?
He's wear
overall farmer or something?
He's the backup catcher for the team, for the Phillies. Yeah.
Because he wears
overalls.
So he's a farmer.
Sure, that's what he does. Yep.
Okay. That's how we do it.
Yeah. Right. You've been a farmer all your life.
No, I'd done baseball all my life. I'd done farms and I'd done baseball.
Done them both.
And I'd done overalls.
Yeah.
What movie combines farming and baseball, Pierre?
You know this.
Field of Dreams.
Hey! Wow. Well done.
Wow.
You win.
We have a great Nick the Hot Dog Man Field of Dreams.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you could find it.
If
you type in Nick the Hot Dog Man Field of Dreams, because Mark the newsman would take Nick the Hot Dog Man on. I was on Rittenhouse Square yesterday, and Omar still works in the Wellington. He goes, "You want to come up?" And I went up to our third floor, which is now completely redone into apartments. So we couldn't even go in any apartment. But there was this guy in the corner, Nick the Hot Dog Man, Greek guy, and we would bring him up into the studio and record all these vignettes. Sometimes as a rock star, sometimes a movie star. He goes, "This Dirty Harry, don't go anywhere, punk. Come get a hot dog." I mean, that all wound up to a hot dog, and people before texts and things would actually leave a physical request in his box, which we would play.
That's nice.
We've got the clip to play here, so here we go.
This is beautiful.
It sure is hot out here, working in the field.
Built a hot dog stand.
What was that? I must be hearing things.
Built a hot dog stand.
Hold on, I must be. Who are you? Where are you?
Build a hot dog stand and the people will come.
Build a hot dog stand and people will come. And then what'll happen?
And then you too can have a request from your own box.
It would always end with, and it would always come out around to, and now here's a request from my box. And there literally was a box on his hot dog stand that we had this big fat Buick, and he'd tow this hot dog stand down on 95 from the Northeast, park it every day, his wife's chicken salad sandwich and his pretzel, and anyone that didn't treat him well, they got a piece of his mind.
Oh, really? I misunderstood what you said. Is his wife's name Chicken Salad Sandwich?
No, his wife made chicken salad.
My wife, chicken salad sandwich. And these are my kids, macaroni salad and potatoes.
The other voice you heard was Mark the Shark, who would dream up all these silly vignettes. He would sing songs as the Clash or the Eagles, and always about hot dogs.
The late Mark the Shark, right?
Yeah, the late Mark the Shark.
Years ago.
So we diverted because you mentioned Field of Dreams.
It was worth it.
Yes.
Fun journey.
I thought it was.
It was. How about a letter of the day?
No.
Okay. All right, what are you doing today?
Oh, let's do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
E as in easy.
All right, and we now have a word, so we'll take call number 7, 610-660-9333, and you reveal what that word is, and you'll get the prize. That's how the whole thing works, my friend. So call in now. What's happening today on your show you want to mention?
Well, Summertime Blues. So you did the first of them, right?
But in reverse order. We started with the most recent, so
you
just give me a heads
deserve
up.
the rush. And take the rush. And you had Frank. I love that you had Frank.
Yeah.
That was cool.
You get suppers ready, though, most likely.
Really?
Yeah. We're in the SUs right now.
I need to change my tires, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. All right. Well, we'll find out. But we might take one little mini diversion somewhere in the noon or 1 o'clock hour to do a little mini block of the Outlaw Festival, because Willie Nelson and, as you guys mentioned, Sheryl Crow and Dylan, they're all over in Camden and more.
What an amazing bill, man.
It's
That's
a great
tremendous.
bill. Brent's been giving away tickets all this weekend. There's a few that they still have available if you decide you'd like to go.
See legends.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we were looking for caller number 7. We got him, and it's Carl, who we are going to go to on the phone. So let me say, Carl, that it's good to see you this morning.
Carl, good to see you.
Hey, man. How you doing, bud? Carl, what's our word of the week?
Price.
Slayer.
Price is correct. And we're not giving you Slayer tickets. We're actually giving you a 4-pack of lower level tickets as MMR rocks Adam Sandler on Friday, September 19th, buddy. So congrats to you. And hang on, man. We'll take care and have a great weekend. All right, Carl?
Thank you. You too.
You got it, buddy. And don't forget that it's at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and it's ages 16 and older. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster.com. Let us take this moment to thank our sponsors. President Steve Show brought to you today by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors. Also, the President Steve Show brought to you by Dunkin', and the President Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. And finally, Sun East Federal Credit Union, rising above, going beyond. Going to be a busy week next week. We will have joining us Tom Pelfrey via Zoom and Brad Inglesby in the studio to talk about the show Task.
Yeah, watch the first episode. Really good.
We will have the great Kyle MacLachlan joining us.
I love him, man.
He's excellent.
Agent Cooper.
Yeah, exactly. And we will also have Alexis Texas in our studio. The great Alexis Texas. And comedian Pat McGann will be in studio too. So we're stacking up a lot of good stuff next week to get to you. So that's it. We are done. Rage on and have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you later, gang. Bye-bye.